Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like we're live here. My name is Vic Gager, and I happen to have my daughter Eve with me here today. We are going to be bringing you this Scotty Win Poker Challenge. It's a very special event, the ladies only tournament, and so what better fitting for a commentator to have Eve, who's been around the Toledo poker world for 22 years, something of that nature.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And certainly when she came in, we had two tournaments going on tonight. We had the ladies tournament, which was a $125 buy-in, and then we have a PLO tournament going on. The ladies tournament wound up with 35 entries. First place is $1,435, and we're going to be starting this with a feature table. We're going to have our feature table with 8 ladies at the table because we're down to 22 players from the 35. As we start to break down to 2 tables, we will balance that, which means we'll wind up again with 10 players. But at some point, we'll be less than that as the tournament starts to wind down. But this will be our final table as well for the ladies tournament. And we're pretty excited, aren't we?
Yeah, very, very impressive payout for the tournament today as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, $125 buy-in, $1,435 for first place. Second place is 960. Third place 590. Fourth place 410, and fifth place 330. So we're paying top five for this ladies tournament. I promise all of our viewers and listeners that we'll have very shortly the payouts for the PLO tournament. As I mentioned, 74 entries. They've already gotten to the past the eighth round. We'll be starting this with our blinds at 1,000, 2,000, and we do have. We'll be showing that on the screen, but at seat number one shortly, you're going to see Caitlin, and then seat two is Sherry. Seat four is Karen. Seat five is Pat. Seat six is Missy. And then seat seven, Julie, who happens to be Scotty Wynn's wife. She drove over from Oklahoma yesterday. She wanted to be a part of this. We've had a chance to visit with her,
Yeah.
and she's pretty special, isn't
She's
she?
a very sweet woman. I
Yeah.
have to assume probably one of the most patient women. I have to guess.
Yeah. So, and then seat 9 is Lori. Lori, who is a new, somewhat new to our poker room. She's been playing here a couple weeks with her husband. And speaking of that area of the country, her father, 91-year-old father, Harry, has moved back to Toledo. And he's been playing here every chance he gets. He's not a PLO player. But so we'll see how Lori can do here on the live stream. And then seat 10 is Kathy. Kathy's from Tiffin. Kathy is no stranger to the live stream room. She's been in there before. And I believe Sherry has been in there. I'm not sure if Missy has, but they are starting to get seated. As we mentioned before, this is a 15-minute delay, and all the players are required to put their phones up on the shelf if they have the smartwatches, that as well. The payout, the chip counts there were up there just a second ago. And I can see from our YouTube, we've already started off with 34 viewers. And again, you can see us on YouTube or Facebook. And Paul is at the helm. As you can see, I just walked by, so that's proof that it's a 15-minute delay.
Yeah.
Right? And Eve, you've been playing in this arena here for over 20 years. One of the people that you've known for a long time is our dealer, Paul, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Paul and I started actually dealing together 14 or 15 years ago.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh. Well, and that was at Dollar King.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very talented dealer. Knows the game very well.
Yeah. And here at the Reserve Poker Room, we're very proud of our dealers, all of our staff. Opened here in April of 21. We started the live streaming process in September. It's really separated us, put us on the map, if you will. And now that's how Scotty Nguyen found out about us.
Yeah.
His handler, Eric, saw it, mentioned it to Scotty. Scotty said, give him a call, and within a day put this deal together to have him. And we had already had this series planned, this 2-week series, and then put Scotty's name on it. And in the process also added this ladies tournament. And we're fortunate. And there is Julie, as we mentioned, she's in seat 7. And we've got some action already. We've got a raise from Pat with King-Queen offsuit. We require that they put their cards in the box there, and for some reason Sherry. So we got a mystery hand. Got a mystery hand against Pat. Pat, I believe, is the chip leader here in the room, but I also believe she's the chip leader coming in overall in the tournament. Pat is one of our regulars here. As you can see, she's got when we had our WPT Step Series, we had hoodies, and she's a regular player. She does hit a queen there, or no, she doesn't hit anything, but she just goes ahead and bets and takes that down. Karen there in seat 4 has become quite a regular for us, driving all the way down from Michigan, an hour up. And she continues to bring family and friends with her when she plays. She likes to play bigger tournaments. She also does play cash. So I've gotten to know Karen just in, 5-6 months that she's been coming into play. And she posts stuff for us all the time on Facebook. She's a big fan. And Caitlin, a lot of people are going to recognize Caitlin. She's a dealer at the place up the street, and I love Caitlin. I think she's fantastic. No. And no. So the
I was watching before they came into the main room before the break. She's quite the character, pretty funny.
Yeah.
Very charismatic at the table. Always great to keep a game going.
Yeah. And she looks like maybe they got a player out. They're communicating. So we'll start to balance these tables. But as we get started here under the gun, Caitlin with the pocket twos raised to 7,000. Blinds are at 1,000 and 2,000. Pat's going to call with the ace-2 of hearts. Melissa is going to call Missy with King Queen offsuit. Back over to Lori. Lori has 29,000 in chips. I believe she's our low stack at this point at this table, and she's going to let that go. So we're going to see a pot here 3 ways. Jim, the Wizard of the Oz, as they call him, is trying to straighten out so we can hear the player video audio as well. And those 2s are still in the lead.
Yeah.
Missy's pointing up to the screen above. I love Missy. Nobody really hits that. Another 8. This might help Caitlin. Yeah, Caitlin can come out under the gun, place a bet. And I think we're going to see fold after that. So good play by Caitlin there with the pocket 2s.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're in that first seat and you don't have the highest hand, but nobody else is biting, you definitely want to charge forward on the pot.
Yeah, yep. She's smiling up at the camera. I wish we could hear what she says. We'll get that straightened out shortly. But Caitlin's going to be great in the live stream room today.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially with Caitlin and Sherry and Missy sitting there, I definitely want to hear what's going on there.
Right, right.
And then Sherry today pointed out she is wearing orange.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because today is National Disabilities Awareness, and she works with the Toledo Special Olympics. So very, very important to point out. That's why she is dressed in head to toe in orange.
Yeah. All right, so we've got three hands in this again, and all spades. Nobody's got a spade. Mm-hmm. Kathy has the king, and she's going to bet that out. Bet out 2,000. No pre-flop raise in this hand, and so she's going to very easily take that down. Mm-hmm. And now the button moves over to Kathy. As I mentioned before, Kathy's from Tiffin. So with this Scotty Nguyen promotion and with the live stream, we just continue to see new faces all the time. And I tell you, it's just so exciting, Eve. Mm-hmm. Continue to meet new people and people coming in. And prior to this, you know, our growth, I would call it, was very organic, was very word of mouth. And we've done some great big, wonderful big tournaments, $100,000 prize pool tournaments that have been very well participated. But now that with the live stream and as we continue to do some of these promotions with Scotty Nguyen and hopefully in the future some others as well, we'll continue to grow. Now, Pat, chip leader, wakes up with Ace King, and she's going to raise up to 12,000. And Missy, a hand that I think she wants to play pretty badly, and she does. She's going to go all in with her ace-jack of clubs. Over to Julie, who's going to let that 5-4 go pretty easily. Lori lets that go. The Doyle Brunson 10-2, and Caitlin lets that go. And now we're going to go back to Pat. And it's 42,000, so less than half of her stack to call. Maybe just about a third after her pre-flop raise. And she's going to make the call. So we've got Missy's tournament life here at stake.
Yep, up by action here.
Ace-jack. And you can see it's not really a coin toss, 69% to 31%. Paul getting everything set up here. We're all about making this a good production for everybody to see. No real help to Missy at this point. Still no help, although we might see a chop. And nope, that's going to be it for Missy. And Caitlin gives her a little bit of applause, a golf clap there. And so as you can see up in the right-hand corner, we've got one of our advertisers, Carpet Spectrum. Carpet Spectrum's right around the corner from us. We're here on Glendale Avenue, and they're around the corner on Reynolds. And Carpet Spectrum has been a big part of the modifications that we've made here at the Reserve Poker Room. Now we have the same carpeting that we've got in the live stream is now in the entire facility. And Carpet Spectrum, home of all your flooring and floor care needs, family owned for 18 years, supplying and installing floor covering ranging from carpet, luxury vinyl paneling, hardwoods, ceramics, and laminate. Carpet Spectrum is home to one of the largest remnant rooms in Toledo and surrounding area. Come in and mention that you saw our ad on the Reserve Poker Club live stream and receive 20% off your next order. Very, very grateful for our sponsors. And what do we got here? Caitlin on the button. She's raised. She's made it 8,000 with King 3 offsuit. Love the aggression, right? But now Sherry's got pocket sevens. She's got 87,000. She's going to make the call. And Karen is almost priced in, but better than that, Karen's going to go all in with her King Queen offsuit. Caitlin with her King 3, I think she's going to let this go.
I'd hope so.
And she does, but Sherry's going to make the call. And again, we're going to have an all-in moment here with Karen. Her tournament life is at stake. This is a little bit closer to a coin toss. Actually is kind of a coin toss. Sevens against King Queen offsuit. And Ace 2-5, a couple of diamonds. Karen does have the Queen of Diamonds. Another diamond comes.
Yep.
But to no avail. The sevens are going to hold up. And Karen, who took ninth last night in our tournament, now is going to go not make the money this time. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we missed something. The straight came on the board. Is that right? So it was a chop.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. All right. Shame on us. Shame on us. There's probably people out there letting us know that we missed that.
Yeah.
But the straight came on the board, and Karen is not heading home. And I know that Jim is still working on getting us some audio there.
And I think they're working on balancing the tables out again.
They are. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Now you were on the rail for a while. You were watching some of this play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what were your impressions?
Yeah, some really good women out there playing for sure. I noticed just in general, usually women are a little bit more conservative in their play, so there were some women that were coming in pretty aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be fun to watch, especially if they're still in. I don't know what's going on the main floor. Definitely some funny banner at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caitlin for sure was cracking me up. And then you were mentioning, is that right, that Julie, Scotty's wife, is sitting there with $100 because he put a bounty on her head?
He did. So there is there's a bounty on Julie, a courtesy of her husband, Scotty Nguyen. Well, then she returned the favor, and she pulled out $100, and she's got a bounty on Scotty in the PLO tournament.
So he's sitting there with the cash behind him as well.
Yes, he is. He is. There's been just some great interaction here.
Yeah.
With Scotty in the room. I'm sure you've noticed he comes in, the room is just electrified.
Yes.
Scotty has been here for every one of our events and will continue to be here for our events. Please go on the reservepokerclub.com and you can check out what we've got here going through March 12th with all these different events, and Scotty will be here. But he is not shy, and he's spending a lot of time with the players. So now Kathy, Pocket Aces, she raises to 6,000, and it's going to go back over to Pat with King 9 offsuit. And we're going to see a fold. So Kathy's going to be able to take that down. Her aces do not get cracked. Okay, Eve, I think I'm going to leave you here for a minute. Let you continue to call the action here. See if we've got anything going on right now. Kathy with 10-9 of diamonds under the gun calls, and right back. I missed that raise, but right back to Paul dealing out another hand. So Sherry's got 3-4 offsuit. She's going to lay that down. And again, where blinds are still at 1-2-1, we are getting some players coming in to balance the tables. My guess is that we're already down to 20 players.
Yeah.
2 tables, and
Yep.
so we should be filling this table up very shortly. Unless they went really quick and we're down to 18 or 17. And Kathy, again, she had the pocket aces, and now she's got pocket kings.
Yep. She's going all in.
All in with 86,000. Karen's going to let that go, but between those last 2 hands, Kathy's going to continue to build her chip stack up here.
Yep, give her some breathing room there.
Yeah. Brian Pitts says, I thought that was Scotty in seat 1. She's going to, Caitlin's going to see this. She's going to watch it later, so be careful.
All right, we got Lori. She's got ace-8 there. She made the call. Caitlin's option. She's going to check it. Right. Flop hit, not really a big hit for any of the players. We had Kathy made a bet. Caitlin opted out right away. Lori's thinking on it. In a tournament at this point, you really have to just take the best cards you've seen and make a decision. Definitely at the final table, or coming into the final table with very few players left, sitting in a low chip position is never a great thing to test hands out. Lori and Kathy check it for the river. Kathy's going to raise, make a bet. And Lori's going to let that go. Looks like they're switching around dealers. And it looks like we had a little shout out on the live stream from Andy. Go Aunt Julie. Got a few fans watching. Pat to call. There we go. Sherry finally put her cards in.
And we're still waiting on some more seats, aren't we? Some more players to come in here and fill this room up for us.
Yep.
This is, of course, a 15-minute delay, so what we're broadcasting here happened 15 minutes ago. I was just out in the main room, and it looks like we are down to 2 full tables. So we should be seeing some players in here shortly, and we appreciate that. This is our ladies only, $125 buy-in. We had 35 entries, and first place is $1,435. Second place $960. Third place $590. Fourth place $410, and fifth place $330. And we apologize for the technical difficulties. We're still trying to get you some audio here from the live stream room so we can hear some of this banter that's going on. Trust me, there is banter, right, with these ladies. Even Pat, who plays kind of quiet and stoic sometimes, she's not averse to jawing it up with the other players. And Karen's got an all-in moment here. She's got King 7 of spades, and she's going to go in with close to $39,000 in chips. It's going to come around to Sherry. It would be just less than half for Sherry to make this call, but in Sherry's world, I believe this is a callable hand for hers. Now, what she's really got to be thinking is, is she saw what Karen went in all in with earlier, which was just a 2 face cards off suit. She's got to try to figure out where she sits with regards to Karen's range at this point. And we have the luxury of being able to see the cards, so we know that Sherry's ahead. Certainly has every reason to make this call, but she doesn't know the kids. She.
Yeah.
And so she is going to make the call.
Make the call.
Yeah. And we've got 61% to 39%. We got 2 suits out there. We got spades versus clubs. We got an ace versus king. And the flop's going to come out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, 2 5s. And that's going to end that's the end for Karen. We had called the end for her earlier. We were wrong because the board straightened out, but Karen's out and not going to make it into the money. I know she had a wonderful time. She always has a great time here. And as I mentioned, she played in here last night and took 9th place. I think it was around $300 in the tournament that we had last night. And I know we're probably going to see her for the seniors tournament on Sunday. So Sunday the 5th is the seniors tournament, 50 and older. Does that qualify me, Eve?
I think you're overqualified.
Am I overqualified?
Overqualified.
I'm overqualified to be in the 50 and over tournament, according to my daughter Eve. We could sit here and tell you some funny stories about that, but anyway, no, I am just, what is today, the 2nd, so I'm 12 days away from my 65th birthday. And so I do qualify to play in Sunday's tournament. When we put this all together, or when Jim and Marissa and Steve put this together, they had asked each dealer, you got to pick a tournament that you can play in, because otherwise it's going to be all hands on deck. And so obviously I picked the seniors tournament, and I will be playing on that. You'll be on an airplane.
Yep.
On the way to Florida.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to miss it.
With my wife, your mom.
Yep. And I think your grandson would say you could play in the seniors tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Sherry picks up another hand. She's got ace king, and she's on the button, and she's going to raise that to 13,000. The blinds are still at 121. And Pat here, who's the chip leader, she got 174,000. She's going to go ahead and make this call with the 3-5 of diamonds.
When you're the chip leader, that is a hand you can kind of test out a little bit. Saying when you're in a tournament and this far down and you're sitting small stacked, you really can't test the water. You have to play a little bit more aggressively. But when you're the chip leader, you can kind of throw your weight a little bit around and see what other people and how they play.
So the king comes on the turn. Pat quickly checks that. Sherry quickly bets it, and Pat quickly folds that.
Yep.
So I'm trying to look at my YouTube. I don't know why I can't bring that up, but we've got 61 viewers here on that Brian Pitts asked how many players played in this, and we mentioned 35 players were paying top 5. Yes, Craig, we know there's no table audio right now, but we're working on that. And don't. All right, and we understand that it is fixed, so it's going to be here shortly. You're going to be able to hear the audio. Why don't the ladies have any blue chips? Blue chips are the dealer appreciation chips. Those are used typically in our cash games. People do buy the chips for our tournaments. A guy like our buddy Chris Smoke plays every tournament with a stack of 10 blue chips in front of him.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. And we've got Jordan saying, let's go Pat and Kathy. Bring it back to Tiffin. So we got a crowd from Tiffin cheering them on. Any more ladies events in the future? Haley, I would think so. This is our first one, and we've talked about it quite often. Let's get back to this action real quick, though, because it looks like Lori limped in with King 5, coming around to Pat with Ace King, and she's going to raise to it looks like 102,000. So she puts almost her entire stack in, which is going to put Lori's entire stack in if she calls. So Lori's going to make this call with King 5.
She really doesn't have any other choices.
No, she doesn't.
No, when you're sitting this far chip stack down, this far into a tournament, you got a face card, you got to follow it.
Yeah. So significant lit, and 9 Jack 10, and Pat is still in the lead with the ace, and the ace comes just to seal it, and
Yep.
Pat's going to take that pot down, and that's going to be the end of Lori's tournament life here for tonight. And we certainly hope we continue to get a lot of interest in having a ladies tournament. This was, as I mentioned, 35 players at $125 a piece. There were rebuys.
And 35 for the first ever women's tournament. That's a pretty heavy start for the first one.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
very, very good showing.
I agree. I'm going to get a picture of you soon. Picture for everybody soon of the PLO tournament that's going on at the same time. That was $225 buy-in, I believe, and 74 people showed up for that. So I was out in the main room, and they've got that up on the screen now. We'll get a picture of that. We've got another player coming in here. This is a player that I don't recognize, and again, we just love the fact that we continue to see new faces here.
I was watching her on the rail. She seems pretty good, a pretty confident player.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Although, unfortunately, I did not catch her name. But
okay, we'll get it up here in a minute. And with Caitlin under the gun, she's going to go all in with her pocket 3. She played pocket 2s expertly earlier under the gun.
yes.
Now she's got pocket 3s, and she's all in for $35,000. Now Pat on the button, King Jack of Spades, chip lead. I don't know if she's phoning a friend.
Or trying to, yeah.
Or trying to see what's up on the board there in terms of the time. And, you know, they've got the clock in there as well. They can see the times, the blinds, when the blinds are going up.
Now,
and
for Pat, this is an interesting decision.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the best hand, but when you're playing in a tournament and you have the opportunity to take people out, it's often best to just to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And so our new player is sitting out a hand, but now she'll be getting cards for this hand with the button going to Julie.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy being the small blind and Caitlin being the big blind.
Caitlin walked away from that. Everybody folded. They're bringing in another player.
And we're now getting some audio.
There we go.
All right. Now we get to hear some banter coming. They balance the table. We are on a 15-minute delay. Caitlin is clapping for some reason. Somebody's coming in that she's happy to see.
C3 just came in with.
Oh, it looks. Maybe we'll move
And
to
they're
a
getting
full table.
the chips that
Matt, what's your name?
they need to come in and get their chip stacks counted here.
So you
Denise.
put the, have you played in here before? You put
Three
your card.
fold, 5 call, 6 folded, 7.
And we have a special feature tonight. I'm going to continue on with our featured artist of the week. We try to do this at the break, but I am going to try to squeeze Ramona Collins in here for about 5 minutes so we can talk about
Too many people in my
her music and life. So,
60,000 for C4.
Eve, let's get this thing started while I go get Ramona. I'll let you be in charge until I get back.
Great, yeah. All right, so unfortunately, the other can't see what they're writing with. Writing blind. Playing this hand out from Sherry's point of view.
From 217.
3 players, 217 for C9. Do you still need 6s picked up? Two folds, 15,000 called by C5.
Nobody throws yoga around like that.
What
What the hell is wrong with
Ask
you?
her. I'm doing it for
We're
you.
wearing on TV right now.
I
Get
swear.
my ear once in a while.
All right.
Just threw her little Yoda like he was nothing.
Kathy's got the first option here.
105,
She put out a bet.
Ma'am, actually, it doesn't matter whether she's on C8 or C9.
Oh, they both had a flush.
We almost had a straight. I know.
105, C6.
What, am I not gonna call? You
She
know?
had C8, she has a C8 card. What was that?
Oh, I see what you
You got him?
Yeah.
She gave me the C8 card.
Look at a raise.
She's
My
moving
thing's
to
probably
the
bigger.
I wasn't going too high for free tomorrow.
All right, we've got some
ladies.
fans commenting on the live stream. We've got Jade at the table. She's got some
Kathleen?
fans shouting her out. So let's go, Jade. Caitlin's got some friends commenting in.
I think I can see it. I'll give it to you in a second.
Kathy,
9
have
is
you played
gonna
in
be
here
the
before?
open seat.
So they kind of leave the cards in the
60,000.
box, maybe rub them a little
60,
bit, and then don't,
60 even.
try not to bend them because there's chips. So like, you know, sometimes we curl them up.
Right.
Raised to 12,000.
Okay,
All right, we've got a raise out.
Go ahead.
Denise raised it to 12. Kathleen's gonna fold.
4 folds, 5 calls. 6 folds.
Pat made the call. It's on to Julie. She's got Queen 9. She's gonna fold that.
7 folds.
I already gave him mine.
You already gave him 100.
Yeah.
8 folds, 10 folds.
Stuff's on
Yeah.
the chair. Give it to you.
1 fold.
Caitlin, she insta folds.
Play first is on.
Sherry's out.
Thank you.
So it's gonna be heads up.
Yeah,
Denise and Pat.
they came over and took it earlier.
Did you get knocked down?
Yeah, I know. Whenever I announced that I was doubling your bounty. So I lasted longer than you?
And they just made the announcement at the table.
Way to go.
So now I can gamble.
Julie has outlasted her husband.
Yeah, they are watching you, honey.
Aw.
Family watching you.
You can hear him, yeah, walking out. He is out of the PLO tournament.
3 folds.
Denise is gonna fold as Pat raised it.
I should have done a bet with him.
Yeah, last longer.
Why didn't y'all help me out on that?
Could made a little extra cash.
That's right.
Alright.
That's true.
Can somebody change that 5?
Yep.
Oh, you're
No,
whatever you
somebody.
want.
I need change.
There's Scotty walking back in.
You gotta come sweat.
visiting his wife at the poker table.
Yeah. You can't be right here.
Honey,
That's too close.
No
Maybe
coaching.
wherever he
No
wants.
coaching. She's doing fine. Scotty,
You-
no coaching. She's doing fine just by
You
herself.
need to be over at the rail.
You gonna
Shoo
get,
shoo.
you gonna get fired? You wanna make me fire you?
No, shoo shoo. They.
Five, six,
Scotty, go in the
six,
booth and you can
Yeah,
talk
there
about
you
her.
go. Go to
Yeah,
the
you
booth.
can talk about her.
Oh.
Talk
Oh,
nice.
wait.
They got rid of them.
She's obedient.
eight raises for 12,000.
So we've got Pauline made a raise to 12,000. Kathy is going to call.
Seat 10, you might,
So,
here, Kathy? No. Kathy, you need to put your big chips up front so she can see it. I don't know if she can see them.
no,
Turn them upside down.
you know, like, right there.
There you go.
Well, we got a couple of diamonds here for Kathy,
Oh, yeah, Pauline's got one of
and it's on Pauline. Pauline's going to bet out with a gut shot straight draw, and Kathy's going to make that call with the diamond draw. Pauline is in the lead with the ace, and a queen comes out. Depending upon who has the aggression here, I think that's what's going to pay off here. Pauline can make a good bet. I think Kathy's going to probably let this go,
That's 22,000.
and she bets 22,000. And it gives Kathy something to. You got to put the pressure on, right, Eve? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
You can't just can't meander around these pots. You got to make sure that you're putting the pressure on when it's right. I didn't recognize Pauline because she's changed her hair and she's got glasses on, but Pauline is a regular here, and she's actually working up north at the casino. And Kathy makes the
Kathy
call.
made that call.
Wow.
It was a
And-
bold call.
Yeah, it sure is. So that kind of puts the pressure back on Pauline, because Pauline decide to check this. If she doesn't bet it, it's possible that Kathy's going to bet this.
Again, I think it really who comes out the more aggressive is going to walk away with this pot.
Yeah. And for those of you wondering why Julie has $100 in bill, oh, let's see, we stay with this action.
Ooh.
She checks it. Now, and wow, Kathy makes a strong move here with nothing. She
Nothing.
bets with nothing.
Nothing.
Man, we're seeing some really good play here. And she's called Pauline at every step here, so Pauline's got to. She just called this with the ace high, even though she'd be winning the pot if she did.
I don't know if you could. There, in my opinion, there's no way to call.
Yeah.
You either go all in or you fold.
Yeah,
There's no call
right. And what's interesting is that Kathy
and a fold.
and a fold. Wow. Big move by Kathy. Pauline,
Yes.
of course, is going to see this later. You get to see all the live streams later. And Eve, if you could give up your headset and seat for just a moment. I'm
Yeah, absolutely. So
going to bring in Ramona Collins. We were going to try to do this at the break. The break isn't for another 35 minutes or so. And so Ramona and I are going to chat about music, and particularly jazz music and Toledo music and music around the globe, as well as the upcoming upcoming Acoustics for Autism, which is this Sunday, and she will talk about that a little bit as well. And so here we'll go with the action and try to do an interview at the same time. But Pauline now folds. Caitlin folds. Sherry just with Motown. Jackson 5. The Jack and the 5 Ramona is nicknamed Motown.
Oh, that's a good
And
name.
so real close.
Oh, it had a surprise. Oh, look at
Yep.
that. Really important to the film.
And so now as he shuffles the cards, and I realize Ramona asked you to come in and do an interview, and I was hoping to do it on the break. And this is on me. The timing wasn't quite right, but it's
okay.
appropriate that with our first ever women's tournament here at the Reserve Poker Club, that we have a featured artist as renowned as you here in Toledo in the jazz scene. Tell us how long you've been singing around Toledo and elsewhere. How did you get started?
My mother was a jazz musician, and she played piano and sang. So I grew up with jazz all over the place. Singing and all that was always, my mom played in nightclubs, and then she'd play in church on Sunday mornings. But the jazz thing, that's what we heard. I didn't hear a boogie record until I was like 13 because we only heard what Mom did.
So we're going to go back and forth between you and the action here, and I appreciate your patience.
This is something I've never done before, so it's interesting.
Right. But Caitlin wakes up with pocket tens, and she's going to go all in against Pat's ace nine. And this could be Caitlin's life for this tournament here. We get it all set up nice and neat. Get the cards out there. And a 10 in the window, which means she now has 3 tens. An ace comes, which gives Pat outs, but now, or really no outs, but Caitlin's going to take that down. And a much-needed pot here for Caitlin. Caitlin Ramona is a local favorite. And also one that provides us with a lot of banter during the game.
Okay.
But here we are with Acoustics for Autism. Somewhere in there, your name is there. You're singing with who on Sunday?
I'm singing with Kim Bueller. We're on the small box music. In the middle column, the second one down, we're on at 3:45.
Okay.
From 3:45 to 4:30.
And singing around town here in Toledo, you've got some regular gigs at Lucille's.
Well, they're not regular. You get dates for them. Like I probably won't go in there for another 3 or 4 months because I don't want to be there too much.
Okay.
I work at the Blue Llama. Same thing. I like to spread it out so people don't get tired of singing. I move around and do a lot of different things. I do senior centers. I regular gigs that I do every summer are Jazz in the Garden and Jay's. It's called Jazz on the Lawn. I've been doing both of those. Jazz in the Garden probably a little more than 20 years, and probably about 10 years now for Jay's.
Okay.
Just trying to do different things. I also work with Trez Gregory. We do a duo. Because everybody introduces me as the jazz singer, and I love jazz, but I also sing other stuff too.
Oh, do you?
So, yeah, well, I grew up with doo-wop and Motown and blues and all that. So
yeah, I want to talk about that recording that you sent me, but we'll get to the action here real quick. So Julie goes in with King Jack. Julie is Scotty Nguyen's wife, our pro that's here, featured for 2 weeks. She drove over from.
totally changes things. She's got the $100 bounty.
I always like to hear what they're talking about in there because they're having a good time. Always having a lot of fun. Caitlin has got ace-jack offsuit, which is a really strong hand. Now, and she's going to lay that down. Very disciplined lay down here, coming back around. And by virtue of going all in, back around to Tara, who has very weak hand here, and Julie's going to take down the blinds. The blinds are now 3,000 and 6,000 with a 3,000 ante. Oh, but wait a minute, it was Kathy. Now Kathy fives against King Jack, and there's no 5 on the board. And Julie needs to dodge a 5 here to take this pot down.
Very nice.
Nope, she is taken out. She's been a favorite here. Her King Jack is going to be taken out by 5s, by Kathy's 5s. And she gives a big wave and big appreciation.
So she's done, right?
So she's done. And one of the things that her husband did for her is put a bounty on her head of $100. So whoever took her out got that money as well, which is kind of like placing a side bet. Right.
Wow.
And is this, how many appearances have you made at Acoustic for Autism?
This is the third year that I've done it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the small box music shop, and it's I like it because it's intimate, because there's so much going on at Acoustics that wow, it's a lot of fun though. We have a good time. We get to see a lot of people.
Back to the action here now. Kathy, who continues to build her stack up. She's probably the chip leader at this point with 227,000. She's got King Jack offsuit. She's under the gun, and she's going to call the big blind, which is 6,000. And coming back around to Kathleen with Queen Jack offsuit. She's going to make the call. And now Pat's got Ace 8. Ace 8 is commonly known as the dead man's hand.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't sound good, does it? That is the, I believe it's Wild Bill Hickok, the famous story that he was shot in the back while playing poker and he had Ace 8. So,
that's the story's built on that.
That's a story built
Okay.
on that. Lots of movies. So now we've got 5 women that are coming into this hand to see this flop. Pauline's got Queen 10. 5 ways and 2 10s on here, which is going to give Pauline the lead so far. And Tara, who is first to act, is going to go ahead and bet out with basically not much there. But let's see what Pauline does here. She's either going to make the call or put a big bet back out there again. And she is going to make the call at 12,000. Back over to Catherine, and now Pat's going to lay that down, and now we're heads-up action. Tara did get a piece of this. She has 5-4, and a 4 is on the flop, so she does have a piece of this. And now she's got, Pauline's pretty much got this locked in with the 3 10s, but Tara's, this is all about guts. You got to have the strength and the guts to be able to put the money out there, even though if you're not ahead.
Wow.
She really doesn't know how. We have the luxury of seeing the cards. We know where Pauline is at this. And see what she does with this. She's going to make a significant raise. She's going to raise this up. Tara's bet was, and I have to keep leaning in because I'm wide-eyed. I'll tell you about that later. But anyway,
Okay.
this would cost Tara all of her chips if she's going to make this call that Pauline has put out. So she's got a tough decision to make. Now this tournament started at 5 o'clock today, and it was 3 tables. We had 35 women enter into this tournament, and many of them have already had hours of play with each other, so they kind of get to know the psyche. But anyway, Pauline's going to take that down. So that recording you sent me, I have to explain to you without talking too much about myself that I have 7 sisters. I have 6 older sisters, and so I was brought up on Aretha and many other recording artists. And actually, my one of my sister's husbands, he's passed, but he was a bass player, played in Chicago all over the place with Chicago Slim and Bumblebee Bob and the Stingers.
Oh, wow.
But I immediately sent that recording that you sent me to them because I knew that they would appreciate a song like that back in the 70s.
That
Was that recorded in the UK?
No, that was recorded in 1300 Door Street.
Really?
Clark's Record Shop, in the back room at Clark's Record Shop.
Wow.
It was 70 or 71. I don't know why I can't remember exactly. Because all of us, there were a bunch of us that used to record there. And I never knew that that was a collector's item until, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because one of the weekly newspapers had said wanted copies of Ramona Collins. My name was misspelled, R-O instead of R-A. Ramona Collins, you've been cheating. $500 for the first copy and $50 for copies thereafter.
Really?
Yeah, so then I started connecting with some of these people. In fact, in 2018, they had an event called Detroit A Go-Go where about 600 folks from the UK come over to Detroit, and they party for like a week. And they all knew me, and I didn't know any of them, so I got to talk to them, and they wanted me to sing that song. And I said, well, I'm not going to sing it in the same key. So when I rehearsed with the band, it was funny, because when they heard the record, they were like, that's you? I said, yeah. That's what 30 years of smoking will do for your voice, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that Yeah, that brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
It really does.
Do you still have 45s of that? So
I
copies
have
of your
no
own?
idea where my 45 is. It's somewhere in my stuff in my garage.
Yeah.
When I moved in, I forgot to take that out, so it'd be okay. But it's on the internet on YouTube. You can actually see the 45 and
Yeah.
see that my name is misspelled. So
So we did have Nicole Curry in here a couple of weeks ago.
yeah,
and
she's so cool.
Yeah, she is. And we just talked about the fantastic music scene here in Toledo,
Yeah.
which is really kind of what prompted me back
Yeah.
in December to start doing this featured artist of the week. We've had Chris Shutters in here and Jeff Stewart, John Roth,
Yeah.
Jason Quick.
Yeah, I did a video on a song with Jeff, a song he wrote. We did it. It's on the internet. Who else? Oh God, well Johnny Rawls isn't from here, but just we all know each other. That's what I like about it. No matter what, everybody gets put in a box. You know, you sing this, you sing that, whatever. But I like to step outside that box and do other things that I like.
Yeah.
You know, and the people who ask me to do it like. I have original music that I haven't recorded, and I probably should get on that because I'm almost 75. So I need to do that before I run out of time. But I stay busy. I have a lot of cool things that I get to do.
Okay,
You know,
terrific.
So
I'm going to continue on here with the action because now we've got 4 ladies in this hand. We've got King 8 Jack, and nobody's got a king, but Kathy's hit the Jack, and she's in the lead. Now there's a straight draw out there with the 10 sitting again in Pauline's hand. The pot is currently 27,000. Our blinds are 3, 6, and 3. Pauline's going to make a stab at that with her straight draw. She's open-ended, and because of that aggression, even though Tara, let's see what Tara does here. She's got 2 clubs, so she's got a potential to hit a flush, but she's going to lay it down. Pauline, really strong play, continues to build to her stack. Pauline has done really well here in tournaments in the past. We have tournaments here 7 nights a week. Yeah, and we've been open since April of 21. We've really built kind of organically, word of mouth. We started doing this live streaming in September. That really kind of set us aside. So here's our chip leader right now is Pauline with 243,000.
she's the one with the glasses on.
She's the one with the glasses on, and she works up in the casino up north in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, and her brother Caleb is also a regular here. I think he was playing earlier in the PLO tournament. And we're getting back to the action, but I'm also going to have to pay the rent here in a little bit. We've got our advertisers up there in the right-hand corner.
I'm gonna be doing a gig out there.
Are you at
Yeah.
3rd Street?
3rd Street, yeah.
And when is that?
I forgot. I look at my calendar.
I think they do like a summer. They do summer stuff, right?
Yeah,
Out in the
we've
parking
done
lot?
some stuff out there. The jazz orchestra does some things out there sometime, and we've played there. But I know I've got something on the calendar for 3rd Street.
So in this hand, Pat has raised to 21,000 with pocket 3s. It's around to Caitlin now, who's got pocket jacks. It's a very strong hand. I believe she's going to push all in right here, and she does. Sherry, as Eve mentioned earlier, Sherry is in all orange because it's National Disability Awareness Week, and
It's also Women's History Month.
and it's Women's History started yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And back over to Pat now with pocket 3s. Pat had sat down earlier as the chip leader. She's lost a little bit of her stack. This is a tough decision, Ramona. This is a tough call to make. Of course, she can't see what Caitlin has.
Right.
But she's
Pondering what to do.
she's pondering what to do, and she is going to make the call. So we're going to see these 2 ladies turn over their cards and get this all where everybody can see it. And no 3 there, so Caitlin is still in the lead with the jacks. And it actually hits a jack on the end, but didn't need it. So Pat is still in. This is going to double up Caitlin's stack and significantly put a dent into Pat's stack. And we're going to come in here and have a dealer change. We have a minute to talk about the 3rd Street Cigars. They're newer advertisers for us. Full retail cigar lounge with public, private smoking lounges. wide range of beers and bourbon scotches, private lounge, wide variety of premium cigars, and it's a very inviting atmosphere with very friendly and welcoming staff. Public lounge has two 70-inch TVs, and the private lounge has three 65-inch TVs. Room for private business meetings and private events. Get a Toledo brand cigar for free if you mention the Reserve Poker Room when at 3rd Street Cigars. And it's also important to mention that one of the, I believe one of the owners won our last night tournament.
Oh,
so yeah, and they're relatively new to playing here, and one of our new advertisers. We do sell ad space for our live stream here, and you, like you said, what a coincidence! You've got a gig coming
Yeah.
up there this summer.
Yeah, we're doing something out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to thank you very much, Ramona. I want to
Thank
remind
you for having me. Now you do this every week,
So we have live streams Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights when we're not doing our feature
Okay.
here.
Okay.
And so on Tuesday nights, that's when I started doing every Tuesday the featured artist of the week.
Okay.
And then it's just been very enjoyable. And like I said, the timing is we try to do it on the break.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make you sit out there and wait
No.
another 45 minutes, Ramona. I just really, really appreciate you coming out. It's been wonderful.
For having me. It's always nice to do something I've never done before.
Good.
And that would be this.
Good. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Look, as soon as you did that, I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna get sprayed by a water.
And we'll get Eve back in here again. Want to thank Ramona Collins, and I just want to again mention the Acoustics for Autism this Sunday. If you're not playing in the seniors event on Sunday here at the Reserve Poker Club, make sure to get out and see the Acoustics for Autism. She will be on the slate there. And let's get back to the action here now. Pauline just took that pot down and continues to add to her stack. We have lost a couple of players here. As we mentioned before, this will be our final table. Continue to be our feature table leading up to our final table as we continue to keep the tables balanced. So right now we're playing 7-handed in here. I had promised the viewers here that we would have an update on the PLO tournament, and we had 74 entries for the PLO tournament, and we were paying top 10 places. 10th place $275, and first place $2,330. So that is, of course, still going on. That started at the same time as our ladies tournament at 5 o'clock. And now here we've got two hands looking at this particular flop. Kathleen with 7-4.
That's 10,000.
Sherry with Queen 10, and goes ahead and fires and takes that pot down. And Eve's going to come back in here and join me again. We've got Jonathan at the helm dealing for us. Anthony Halt says, good interview, Vic. Thank you, Anthony. And as I mentioned before, we typically like to do that on the break. With everything going on today, it just didn't work. But I was so happy to have Ramona come in and join us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
was getting ready to come on TV.
Very, very special. She's a very special lady. I've got to hear her perform a number of times. She's good friends with Jeff Stewart and a lot of the other musicians here in town. And she'll be performing at the Acoustics for Autism on Sunday while you're on a plane to Florida.
I think I'll be able to catch the beginning of it. I think I'll be able to work out picking Mom up
Yes.
and swinging by there.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. We had Nicole Curry in here a few weeks ago and talked about Acoustics for Autism.
Yeah.
This is their 16th year. They just do a remarkable job.
Fantastic charity and a fantastic time.
Yeah, really is. Really is.
I feel like I have.
And I believe, look at the smiles on the faces here.
Yeah.
They're having a
My
fantastic
expression,
time.
I don't like
right
my
now.
expression. I'm like, so I'm
So-
like,
Be like this.
I feel like I got this big frown. I'm like, do I look like that all the time? No.
And the PLO tonight is down to 2 tables
that's
as
why I
well.
always go-
Okay.
They're down.
All right. We just talked about the payouts for that. So I gave them an update.
Raises to 20. 61. Oh.
And Kathy's going to raise to 20,000. Blinds are currently 3, 6, and 3
Oh.
with Ace Jack
64's all in.
and pocket nines here for Kathleen. Kathleen is actually a newer face. I know she's played here before, but this may only be her second or third time. I could be wrong. Pretty easy call here for Kathy, right? You think?
42,000.
She had already been in for 20, so she just needs 42,000 to call. And we are going to see a flop here with Kathleen's tournament life at stake with pocket nines.
Your niners again. Those are your lucky nines. Racy race.
Jonathan doing a good job of getting that all set up for us.
Mm-hmm.
The Wizard of Oz told him to do it a little differently, so he's adjusting that.
All right.
Jim is affectionately referred to as the Wizard of Oz
I
because he's
love
back
it.
behind the curtain.
Yep.
And a couple of queens there.
Pocket
There's
nines.
the ace.
Yep. Game changer.
Yeah. So that's going to be it for Catherine.
Thank you. Glad to see you, Kathleen. Yes, thank you. Good to
All right,
see
blinds
you.
are up. They are 4,000.
Pocket nines. My favorite hand.
4,000.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Pocket nines and then ace nine suited.
Good luck. Drive safe.
Ladies, we're down to 13 right now.
We've had conversations here about playing an ace, and what is that cutoff of the second card that you won't play? I mean, people will
Anything
do
lower than a 9.
anything lower than a 9.
Yep.
Okay.
And I don't, it's the 9 being my favorite number. So I'm not even the biggest, like, you know, ace king, ace queen player.
Okay.
If it's suited, I like it. But I'm still not.
But not an ace 7 suited, not an
Absolutely
ace 4
not.
suited. Okay.
Well, and it all depends on your chip stack, who's playing what, where you are on the table. But in a cash game, no, I'm not going to ride it hard.
So I may be psychic, but there's Denise with ace 4 suited, ace
Yeah, there we go. Ace 4 suited.
Pauline.
She'll call everything
Easy
for 10
call
more.
for Pauline.
She don't care what she has.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah,
5-3 of clubs.
You know, when you're down to the last 13 players in a tournament, though, you really have to start making moves. Oh, she hit the 4, but the clubs came out.
Wow.
Oh, the club.
Yeah. Wow. Pauline takes that down.
Her heartbreaker.
Denise, who
Denise, though, it wasn't a bad move.
no.
When you're down to the final 13, you really do have to just, if you get something, especially suited, you got to run with it.
So Michael J says, we know about Vic. Eve, when you're not playing poker, what do you do?
So, since it is the women's tournament,
Yes.
I'll talk about the women's rugby team here in Toledo.
And I get the reaction all the time. There's a women's rugby team in Toledo?
Yes. I am a 5-year veteran now of the women's rugby team. You do not need any experience to play. I had none when I came in. 90% of our team had never played before. They had usually played some other sport.
Soccer.
Soccer, softball, not
Softball.
even running, some volleyball. You know, as you get older, if you were an athlete for a lot of your life, you miss that team connection, that competitive spirit, and the sisterhood. So it's a great team, especially for people a little bit older. We have a lot of moms on our team. We do a great balance of team and life and family events. We do Celtic family nights all together, but yeah, I am on a rugby pitch, spring and fall.
And you've got a season coming up.
We do. We have our season. Our practices are just coming back in. We practice on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings. And then Saturday's a rugby day down at Sterling Field City Park on the south end. Our first game will be April 1st at home. It'll be a tournament round robin style. So we have some other women's teams from other cities coming in. And it's just a great experience. It's probably one of the funnest things as an adult I've been a part of.
That's great. Well, and you kind of came to it because
You're the only one I would think about
we
calling.
want to hear what's going on here.
You can hit my cleanup meter.
I would say with you, but
ATC.
Coach. Coach. CD.
So Pauline now, who continues to just grow her stack of chips here. She's now over 300,000 and has pocket sevens. And she's going to make that, she's going to raise it up, which was an interesting raise. If you notice, with Kathy had an ace and another card offsuit. Pauline just limps there. Kathy's going to come in, right? And so, but Sherry's going to make the call. We are at 4, 8, and 6.
Check.
And those pocket sevens are still ahead.
That's 16. C2 folds.
Oh, and Sherry.
That's the pot, but it was the one.
Nope. Pauline fires and Sherry
Sherry
folds. Yeah. So those sevens, she gets those sevens to hold up.
No. I do.
So your introduction to the women's rugby team here in Toledo, the Lady Celtics, came via your mom, my wife, Nancy. I like to tell the story about how that started. We were in the Old West End for somebody was having a front yard party. Steve Steele, who we're trying to get into the booth here for our featured artist of the week.
Oh, that'll be a great.
Yeah. But anyway, we went just to hang out, found out, and women's rugby, really. And Sarah was there, and I said, "You don't look like a rugby player." And she said, "Well, we need runners." And that caught your mom's attention, because at that time she was running
in marathons,
half marathons. And so they invited her to practice, and she spent well over a year on the team. Retired just in time to separate her septum, but she had a great time, and we would go to those games. But they also play those games with the men's team on that pitch. Or they have their games at the same time.
So we actually have 2 home games this spring teamed up with the men's.
And here we go with Pauline with pocket 10s. Just continues to have cards against King 10. A 10 comes. Now, what is Pat going to do? Pat's going to go all in, because she did hit the 10, but really she needs runner here for a straight, basically, or runner. Even Kings would put her ahead, but she's just a 3%.
No, not 2 Kings. No.
And
All right,
she's
kids.
dead in the water.
Dead in the water.
Nice try.
And that ends it for Pat. Good job, Pat.
Yep.
And wonderful person to play poker with. She plays tournaments on a regular basis.
And that's going to grow Pauline's chip stack.
Yes, and look at this now. She's over 400,000. Now, we don't know what the other players have in the other table. This is with a chip stack for our feature table, and as those players get moved in, because if we've got 5 here, we probably have at least 5 or 6 out.
They might be on the bubble. I believe 2 players ago we said they were at 13, so I think that puts us right at the bubble there.
But that was really my introduction to rugby as well, was when Nancy started playing, and just found that it's a great game, great sportsmanship, which is what we're witnessing here tonight as well. I have to comment that these ladies are having so much fun. Each one of them wants to win first place here tonight of 1,435, but they just continue to enjoy each other's company. Great sportsmanship, but that's the game of rugby as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you don't have to deal as fast, Jonathan, because they have
Definitely, as soon as the game's over, we're complimenting one another. You know,
at least they're both fast dealers.
tell girls on the field, "Man, you really took off. I can't believe I even caught up with you." And the girl on the opposing team will be like, "Yeah, man, you're just so fast. I couldn't believe it." It's a great time. And then one of my favorite things about rugby is there is a position for every body type. So some people think, well, I'm too short, or I'm too big, I'm too tall, and it's just there's every single position there is a different body type for it.
We have a break after this level, everyone.
That's 12,000. Seat 8 fold.
Tara bets out her ace-5 of hearts in the small blind, and she's
Walks off.
going to raise that, and so she's going to take that down.
Don't forget your phones. I just said. They need a
Pat was
sign that says,
reminded
"Don't
to
forget
take her
your
phone. As we mentioned earlier here in the live stream room, we do have a 15-minute delay, but even with that delay,
She's
They
bullying
have all the
us.
chips. The table's going
She's
this
bullying
way.
us. She's just blocking the world.
Take line, please.
but we do require that the
Action
players
subject.
put their phones up on the shelf, keep away from any kind of collusion, as well as any kind of smart watch. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Smart watch?
Yeah, that's what the kids call it, I
That's
think.
what the kids call
Yeah.
it? All right. All right. How old am I going to be?
Your real age or what your grandkids
What do my
think?
grandkids think I am? Yeah.
I think, yeah, your grandkids think you're in your 80s. 65 this year.
65 this year. And so now we're going to go heads-up battle of the blinds. We had a raise from Pauline, but Kathy made that call with the king-jack offsuit. And Pauline led out here with aggression. Let's see if she keeps it up. She's going to check that. Over to Kathy. Kathy's going to check as well. And now she's going to hit her jack. But Pauline now hits a gut shot.
Okay, that's
I didn't know
16.
Katie was so good at poker.
But Kathy has the jack and the spade draw.
Pauline, although, being the chip leader, wants
Yeah.
to be aggressive, but this isn't a hand you want to get sucked in on.
Right. And she makes a good fold
She did,
here.
yes.
She bets out, and then Kathy raises her, and she quickly folds, recognizes that Kathy is probably strong.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she didn't have position on her.
No. Bad position. She didn't, she had a gut shot, but she didn't hit anything else. There was too much else on that flop. Could have been dangerous.
Actions on seat 2.
We've got 60 viewers, 61 viewers right now on our YouTube channel, and we greatly appreciate everybody chiming in. We really want you to subscribe. We've got, we've been over 1,000 subscribers for a while now. We're at about close to 1.3, and the subscribers really help us our case here. We've got three ladies going into this hand, and it looks like Caitlin
That's 12,000.
hit a 4 here, and she's wisely going to bet out, showing that aggression.
Call.
And
Seat 10 fold.
Tara is going to make the call.
Interesting call from Tara.
Very interesting call. And it'd be interesting to see if Caitlin checks here, if Tara puts some pressure on, and she doesn't. She's going to check it as well. And now Caitlin with the 2 pair could make any bet here, and I believe Tara would fold. She's really got no piece of this. And she lets it go, and now Caitlin,
One wins the pot.
who at one point was down below 40,000, I think, is now starting to build her stack back.
She's given herself a little bit of breathing room there.
Yeah. Blinds are now at 4,000, 8,000, 4,000 on the ante. So we hear Scotty next door. So we've kind of he's on the microphone next door. We can actually hear him through the wall. Oh, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on about a 10-minute break here. We are going to the final table here for our ladies event. So we're going to be moving players in here. There will be a redraw, and then there will be a high card for the button. This should take about 10 minutes. We got Dominic there helping the ladies out, getting their seat assignments. We'll get the chips in here, and then we got to get the chip counts. And how do potential lady rugby players get a hold of you?
So you can look us up online. Basically, if you Google Women's Rugby Toledo, we are 1 through 10 the things that pop up.
Oh, terrific.
We have our own Facebook. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. And it's all the Toledo Women's Rugby of Toledo.
Okay.
Yep. And like I said, we play and practice on the south end at City Park Sterling Field. And that is a field that us and our men's team commission, so it belongs to our rugby team.
Okay.
Yeah, and we maintain that ourselves as well. 100% comes from our sponsors, and then our players go down there and mow the field themselves and keep it up.
And who do you have for sponsors right now? Do you have?
Right now, we're in the middle of transitioning
Okay.
in seasons.
All right.
We're starting our 2023 season. So at this moment, we don't have any active sponsors.
All right, so we're looking for some sponsors as well. We're
Yeah.
looking for players for ladies rugby,
Always. And the men's team as well.
men's team.
Always welcome to come down. And like I said, we're just starting. I believe the men's team practices on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evening. And then the women, we are Wednesdays and Sundays.
Okay.
And then Saturdays are rugby day.
Saturday's a rugby day.
Saturday's a rugby day.
That's right. And you come on down because you really don't need to know much about the sport. It's
No.
I wouldn't say it's easy to learn, but it's a learnable situation. And these people are, like I said, the sportsmanship is fantastic. The referee is referred to as a sir, and when you approach the referee, which only a captain can approach the referee,
Yep.
you refer to that as sir, and you
Yes.
ask the question. Plus, the sirs are working with these young players. Your league is a social league. Although
we are D3.
Oh, no, you're now D3.
Yep.
So even though they take it very passionately, this isn't something that they're trying to get a world championship in,
No.
but they're trying to have a lot of fun. And the sirs that come to officiate these games realize that you're new to the game. So definitely they all take their time to say, look, you were out of position here, or you were offsides, and this is what you need to be doing differently so that we don't make that call again. I'm so impressed with that. It's just
It was
a great learning experience for new
very
people.
impressive. Last spring, our first game of the spring season, the sir approached our team and asked our captain and our coach, how many new players do we have? And we did a great job at recruiting, and it was about 90%. 90% of the girls on our pitch first game.
Wow.
And he went, well, ladies, great job recruiting, but all right, we're going to keep this a safe game. And so he definitely was watching them, and then, would say why somebody was out of bounds or into touch, or, luckily nobody was red carded or yellow carded. But, again, with the sportsmanship, if you do break the rules for any reason and a sir approaches you about it, your only response is, yes, sir, sorry, sir.
Yeah, and I love it.
And you see that at the professional level.
Yeah.
People will be watching the Olympics, and these huge guys that look like Jason Momoa lower their heads and go, yes, sir, sorry, sir.
Yeah. So it's a great sportsmanship. It looks like Scotty's still in the house. He just oh no, I thought that was Scotty. Anyway, I saw the white. But anyway, we are getting these seat arranged here so that we can get to our final table here
Yeah.
for the women's event. 35 entries. First place is 1,435. Second place 960. Third place 590. Fourth place 410. And fifth place 330. We also have our PLO tournament going on in the main room as well. We also have some cash games going on. Looks like there was at least a couple of 1-2 games going on.
1-2 and a round by round.
And a round by round.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So if you're within shouting distance of the reserve here on 5105 Glendale Avenue in Toledo, Ohio, come on down. There's still some time to play some cash. And Eve and I are going to take a little break here, just like everybody else does. But we'll be back here probably in about 4 or 5 minutes to continue the action with our final table. And we'll see you soon. All right, we are back again. I am Vic, and you are
Eve.
Eve.
Gager.
Vic Gager and Eve Gager. For those of
Okay,
you-
yeah, you
All
want to
right,
put them
we're
on
gonna
the-
wait.
3 and 4.
Like just like this and.
5,
Those of
So
you who
we
don't
have
know, we are
6,
father and daughter,
Again.
hold,
and we are
7,
here
And just
very
you put
excited
in-
for this
Yeah, just so
final
there's
table
chips
for
in the
our
curd.
9,
Read them.
hold,
women's tournament.
10.
First ever women's tournament here at the Reserve. Had 35 entries for the very first tournament.
Yeah.
1,
You can look
And
at
you know,
it.
I thought it was a pretty good showing for the first ever women's tournament. And Dominic, who's outside, he was disappointed.
Yeah.
He really thought that more of the women in the area were going to show up.
Yeah.
So hopefully the next one will maybe double.
Yes. Yeah. I was really hoping we'd be four tables or better. We've had just a really good turnout from our regulars and seeing some new faces here. And of course, earlier we had Scotty Nguyen's wife as part of it. And we're going to be competing with quite a bit of banter here at this table. It's not always this way with some of these tournament tables. It can be real quiet. But you got Caitlin there. You got Sherry.
5,
Sure, yeah.
You know, and so we're going to. They're just having a lot, of fun. They
Yeah.
really are.
7,
They are having fun, but they're competing for
Great.
first place of $1,435, and we're paying top 5.
And
Well, I'm gonna be all in.
8 all in.
Good luck.
we have an all-in announced.
First hand of the final table, Nikki with ace queen, and she is definitely the low stack here. She's going to be going all in with 35,000 with the blinds at 4,000, 8,000.
Which, depending on if she's been card dead for a while, that makes sense to go all in.
Katie now with
It's on
143,000
YouTube.
stack. Jack 10 offsuit. I'd prefer it suited myself.
Yeah, sitting the first hand and at her chip stack and at her position on the table, I would let that one go.
Yeah. Sherry, we've been having trouble seeing Sherry's cards occasionally tonight.
Hold, 2,
Come on, Sherry.
35,000.
And now Kara. Ace Jack, I believe Kara's probably qualifies as one of the youngest players in our ladies tournament this evening. I'm not even sure she's 21. And here at the Reserve, you can be 18. We're a private club.
2 calls.
But I'm old. I don't know ages anymore.
3, 4.
Right, Eve? But Kara's going to make... Kara, the Wizard of Oz told us in the headset that Kara is 19. And pretty good showing for her to be able to make this final table. Young player against some of these players are quite seasoned, and in here we do have tournaments 7 nights a week, and many of these players we see 3-4 times a week.
Very confident players.
Yes, yeah, we have seen some confidence, haven't we?
Yep. Susan came now. She was playing in the other room. Now that they're down at the final table, she's down here. She's definitely a regular in the Toledo poker scene. Very strong player. So flop came out, didn't hit him at all.
Still nothing.
Will that?
Oh, my goodness.
Nice hand.
It wasn't meant to be for
Yep.
Nikki to...
River killed her.
Yeah, she's in the lead until the river. And so here's our, now this is the tournament chip stack. Pauline commanding lead with 364,000, Kathy 270. Our low stack, Tara at 62, Joanne at 83. The blinds are at
What do you want to talk
484.
about, Rock?
Who taught you how to play poker?
My dad.
Your dad?
Myself.
See,
Oh, we've got Tara coming in. A similar story. Learned how to play poker from my
I
dad.
never even knew how to play poker. I had to learn how to deal it. My boss taught me how to deal.
5,
My wife taught me, but I always tell her I'm better than she is. She's like, well,
Pauline, I'll be interested to see if she'll, as the commanding chip leader,
Yeah.
take a more conservative and quiet seat and kind of let the smaller chip stacks fight themselves out.
you guys are both good players.
That's that's what I would do
Yeah.
in this position.
But she does
Until you get down to
She wins
like
today.
4 or 5 handed, right?
Yeah, 4 or 5 handed, and then you really put them on the ropes. Until then, if I was her, I'd just stay out of the way.
Yeah. And she did just fold. Katie goes, puts a bet in with pocket fives.
Three fold,
Fold.
4, fold.
Keelan's gonna fold. She walks off with that with her pocket fives, never seeing the flop. Smart thing to do with pocket fives. You don't
Yeah.
really want to see the flop.
My Facebook feed was not great earlier, so we've got some comments to catch up on here. Anastasia says she wish she could make it, but she's slinging cards herself.
I had 10-6, so it was a hard
Avery
fold.
Watkins says, great to hear you working this commentary. The dream team, she says. She says, Eve, are we going to get to hear more commentary from you in the future, or is this just for tonight?
It's bad luck to raise my
We'll
big
get to
money.
back to that later, but we'd love to have
I
Eve
should
come
have warned
back.
you beforehand, but now
Terry
you're
Dale's
scared,
watching.
so-
Rick Taylor's watching. Shimmy's watching.
Fold,
James Barlow, who's
Aw.
got Nancy's mother's maiden name as his last name.
So we were in here earlier and
Eric Reif is watching.
Julie.
So great to have all you folks watching. We're at 34 on our
two raises,
Facebook and
25,000.
62 on our YouTube. We want to encourage everybody to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate it. Helps us a lot.
5,
She's really fun.
Kara
too.
now
She's
wakes
nice
up
to
with
have.
pocket
Yeah.
kings.
Yeah, she was a good time.
She's going to make a raise, and
I think that's
She
good
says
that
she
she
doesn't
came out here
have
to
the-
surprise
She's gonna
us.
get
She says
full
she doesn't
fold, but
have the patience for
even
playing.
taking down just the big and the small blind and Annie at this point with the blind so high is pretty
So
important.
she sits on the
Yes,
side
yes.
and watches.
It gives you breathing room. At least you know you have another blind to go.
Yeah.
She said 13 hours.
She drove here.
Every
Yeah,
little bit
she's
helps.
surprised.
This started at 5 o'clock today, as well as also the PLO tournament that's going on. That's down to 19 players. That had 74 entries. That's got a first place, I believe, of around $2,300, and they're paying top 10. Brent Milton says, that's my grandma. Joni, go Joni.
I've seen a few people shout out Joni. She's got a fan base.
All right.
4 folds, 5 folds, 6,
You remember Susan from
Mariana Weekly
the
gives me that evil.
Yeah,
Dollar Kings days.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's definitely been.
wait till I say your secret.
Yeah.
She's
okay,
definitely
Last hand before break.
been a consistent player in Toledo for quite some time.
Hard to wait that long.
Well, don't look at your cards until your turn to act.
All right, you're right. I won't.
Maverick's wife. Okay.
You only have 7.
Continue to get support from the Wizard of Oz there, Jim. Say, I just want to shout out to anybody that's already been playing here earlier and left. If you left with a card seat in your pocket, we'd like you to take a look and see if you still have that. Oh, it's been found. The Wizard of Oz magically produced that seat card. So we're no longer in search of that seat card, thank God.
All right, we've
Now,
got.
Katie with pocket sixes.
She's
She's going to raise up to 23,000. She's under the gun.
1 fold,
Kara now, who's really improved her chip stack up to 223,000. She's going to let that go.
3 fold,
Oh, discipline fold there from Joni with pocket threes, right?
Yeah, I.
4 folds, 5 folds,
Pauline, as you mentioned, kind of just trying to stay
6.
out of the way, although she really hasn't. And Tara now wakes up with pocket eights.
fold, 7.
Run on the table over, Katie.
Wow, not a.
That's a
Katie's-
surprising fold.
That is a surprising fold. And we had a break earlier because we were going to the final table, and now we have an actual break. This is going to be a 10-minute break here for the tournament. And when we come back, we'll be 9-handed. We've had 35 players. Yesterday was the beginning of Women's History Month. So very fitting that we have this tournament. Very fitting that I have my daughter Eve in here in the booth with us, and we're talking about Lady Rugby. earlier we had Ramona Collins in here, wonderful jazz singer, and she's going to be performing at Acoustics for Autism. We mentioned that Sherry is wearing all orange because it's National Disability Awareness Month, week,
or
day.
I believe it's day. And she works with the Special Olympics here in Toledo.
Yes, she does. And today is 3-2.
30. Yep.
32, 23, but significant for 32. We want to shout out to my sister Elizabeth in memory of her son Kevin, your cousin.
Yep, Kevin's favorite number.
Yep.
32.
And the world's been a little different without him over the last couple of years, but it's important that we do that shout out. Thank you very much, everybody, for letting us share that with you. And let's take a little break, and Marge chimed in here. Hi, Vic and Eve. So sad I couldn't make it tonight. Severe back pain. Marge, I'm really sorry to hear that. Marge, alias Grandma, usually brings us in brownies, and if you look out in that room, she saved 3 lemon bars for me.
Oh, I love that.
But last night she had a plethora of cupcakes, brownies, lemon bars. So Marge, you're a really special person for us here at the Reserve Poker Club. Hope you get better soon, definitely. And Rick Taylor, thanks Rick for saying great job, Vic, and you're a pretty co-host. So she's also pretty smart, and I'm very proud of Eve. We'll talk more about some of the things that she does when she's not sitting at my side when we come back here in a few minutes. Stay with us. Please don't go anywhere. This is going to be a very exciting final table.
20 years of poker we've played together?
Yeah, we've got stories to tell. We've got stories to tell. And many of the guys out here in this PLO tournament are part of those stories.
Yeah.
So we'll be back soon. Stay with us. All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for our final table of our ladies-only tournament. This was a $125 buy-in with re-entries through the first 8 rounds. We had 35 entries for this, and we are paying top 5 places. We're down to 9 players, and the action has already started coming back from the break. We're here at the Reserve Poker Club, Toledo, Ohio. Very exciting, the Scotty Nguyen Poker Challenge. Scotty Nguyen's wife was actually in the feature table earlier and had a $100 bounty on her that Scotty produced. Yeah.
Placed on her. Improv. To that himself.
Is that some fun affection?
It must have been because then she repaid the favor and upped the bounty on him for the PLO tournament he was in tonight.
Yeah.
So.
And as we mentioned, we got the PLO tournament. So as we come into this flop here, we're going 3-handed with some pretty good hands. Ace 10 of hearts, and an ace comes on the flop. This is a rainbow board. So Pauline with her spades is not going to get her attention, but Kathy's going to go ahead and bet out and take this pot down. Kathy's been doing really well. We've got Pauline, I believe, is still our chip leader. And talking about the top 5 prizes, first place is $1,435, second place $960, third place $590, fourth place $410, and fifth place $330. And there they are. There's our payouts here for this first ever for the Reserve Ladies Tournament. Certainly getting a lot of encouragement from our live stream viewers and as well as the players that they want to do this again. We'll get some audio going here because this has been one of the final tables, live stream tables, that has just been a lot of fun to listen in on. And there is Joanne, very much a local favorite. Pauline now, she's the chip leader, 328,000. The blinds are 5, 10, and 5. She's going to call with ace-8. And Katie's going to make the call in a small blind. Oh, all right. And so Sherry, in the big blind, King-Jack offsuit, she's going to let that go. And Tara has gone all in with ace-jack of clubs. And this is against ace-8. You and I had this conversation earlier. What is a card you don't want to play with your ace? Your comment was that anything lower than a 9.
Yep.
We got a lot of people that chime in that they like ace-deuce, they like ace-3. But in this case, this is Tara's tournament life at stake. And she's ahead so far and continues to stay ahead. An 8 and an 8 only, but she does hit the jack. So Tara is going to stay alive here. She's going to take this down, this $110,000 pot. Tara has come out to play many of our bigger tournaments. I believe she comes here with her husband as well to play. We've got some familiar faces around the table to the Toledo poker scene in Northwest Ohio. We've got some Rick Taylor's watching, and happy that you joined us, Rick. And we were talking about Marge earlier, being down with her back. She says she's going to visit the surgeon on Monday. Marge, we'll keep you on our thoughts, absolutely. Angelo is watching. Angelo was here earlier playing in the PLO tournament. The PLO tournament is had 74 players, and the payouts for that are top 10 places. First place is $2,330, with 10th place being $275. But we've got some action going on here. Looks like the action
Sherry
is
calls.
on. Sherry calls the 15, a raise from Katie with 6-4. Oh, and look at those kings come out. It's going to slow everybody down.
Yep.
However,
looks like Katie might take the advantage.
And that helps when you're the pre-flop raiser.
Yep.
You could go ahead and
on the button.
And on the button in position. So
perfect play there.
Very good
from
move.
Kate.
Very good move. But with regards to our and Jamal is we've got a dealer change here. Jamal is coming in. Jamal has come to join us during this 2 weeks whenever he can. He's a dealer from up north, and a great dealer, great guy. We've got quite a crew here. Very proud to be a part of this group. We've got some great dealers, and we had to add some traveling dealers and some other dealers so we get through this 2 weeks of tournaments. Please go on the reservepokerclub.com and look up our list of events that are coming up. Looks like we got a missed deal. I always say don't look, it only hurts when you got a missed deal, but those things happen. For those of you that have never really joined us before on our I wish we were getting this. We got about 5 to 10 minutes before we've got our audio back. I apologize for that, folks, because we've just got some great banter going on between these ladies. They're having a great time, lots of fun.
And really, it's a very strong final table. All of these players have years of experience. You have one kind of newcomer, younger player at the table.
Right.
But she doesn't seem too shaken.
No, she doesn't. But again, to that PLO 2330 for first place, second place 1570, third place 1225, paying top 10. Both of these tournaments started at 5 p.m. Another challenge for the Reserve Poker Room to start another watermark to have 2 tournaments start at the same time, ongoing. And I can't, even though I'm a part of it, I'm going to brag about it and say we just got a great team here.
Yeah,
and,
it's, I mean, any room putting on 2 tournaments simultaneously is quite a feat.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, Angel Roberts, the audio at the table, we're getting caught up technically here. It's happens when we've got a 15-minute delay. Oftentimes, some of our technology gets left in the sideline a little bit. So we will be having audio here shortly. Unfortunately, you'll have to listen to Eve and I try to fill in these blanks here. And stay with us because this is a great final table. These ladies are having a good time. We've got some great banter going on. And Sherry doesn't like her 10-4 in the cutoff. Kara with ace-queen. Small blind is going to raise, and we're going to see some friction here because Joanne with ace-jack has got 64,000 to her name, and the blinds are 5, 10, and 5.
You know, again, that's one of those things where you only have 2 options.
Yeah.
You fold or raise. There's no call.
Yeah. And Katie had called with the king-6, and really she's kind of more or less priced in now, right?
Yeah, she was, what you call pot committed.
Yep. King-6 of clubs, a couple of deuces and a 7. Kara needs to keep the pressure on here.
Yes, she does. She cannot ease up, and unfortunately she checked.
And because Katie could very easily decide.
Have to assume Katie's going to put pressure on.
Yeah. She's going to make the bet of, looks like 20,000. And with the lesser hand, she's going to take that down. Virtue, strength, and pressure, right?
Yep.
I mean,
position.
Position. That's the name of the game. And so Pauline, now our chip leader, continues to be our chip leader, but not as much as she had before. Kathy with 300,000 and Katie with 261.
Yep, right on her tail.
Yeah. There isn't a whole lot separating those top 3.
I think still, if I was Pauline, I really would just let the lower chip stacks kind of fight amongst themselves, and I would still continue to just sit and wait until 1 or 2 more players are knocked out.
Yeah. Ron Spears is watching. Our good buddy Ron and Angelo and Billy Hicks, Dollar Bill, is watching. We've known Dollar Bill for many, many years. He's a fellow Bears fan. So now, let's see where we're at here. We've got
Tara made the call with her ace-king.
Yeah.
I still, if I was Tara, I think I really would just be. I would wait for a hand and go all in.
Yeah, and Kara may have missed an opportunity here to raise pre-flop.
Yeah.
4-7-10, and certainly Joanne now has caught up. Or 4-7 queen, excuse me. Nobody has a queen. And Tara's going to put a bet out there with the middle pair. It's a rainbow board. And Kara's got to fold a really good hand of ace-king. And Joanne lets that go. Caitlin lets it go. And again, play with your elbows out. Chances are you're going to continue to grow your stack, right? We appreciate everybody's watching tonight. We've got 51 viewers on our YouTube channel and 32 on our Facebook channel. We greatly appreciate it. We encourage everybody. Now we're up to 60, and we encourage everybody to go in there and subscribe. We're at 1,230 subscriptions right now, and it's very important to us. So Tara's going to raise +1. She's going to raise to 35,000 with the blinds at 5 and 10, and Katie wakes up with pocket tens, and we've seen some aggression from Katie.
Katie, I have to assume she's going to fire.
Yeah. She can afford to. She's got 264. She doesn't necessarily have to go all in here, does she?
No.
But she does.
She does.
She does.
She makes the all-in call.
Yep. And Jamal counts that out, and it's very close to that number that was posted there. It's
Sherry gets that out of her hand as fast as she can.
Yes, she did. Now Kara with queens. Oh my goodness, we're really going to see quite a hand here. She's got 168,000. She's going to go all in with queens. Joanne obviously gets out of the way.
Yep.
And Caitlin with her ace-6. Now Pauline with sevens. And to your what you mentioned earlier, why mix it up there with sevens, right? You're the poker. There's now a chance that 2 people are going to be knocked out. Well, at least now 1. And definitely step out of the way. I as a dealer here, I do see that quite often where the sevens, I think, get overestimated. Even pocket nines.
You know, what I'll play in cash and what I'll play in tournaments is a little bit different. Pocket sevens, I'm going to take that in a cash game. I think there is something to kind of like bigger hands are going to take bigger flops. You're going to catch what may come. If they don't hit, you will.
Yep. And Caitlin, I can hear her now probably
moaning
about the ace, but no, the 10 comes out.
And the jack.
And the jack. So Katie with her 10s. So you can lip read that saying, whew.
Yeah.
And Kara's done just a really good job. 19 years old. Has become kind of a regular for some of our smaller tournaments here, particularly on our. And Sherry cannot help herself. I don't care. She's going to beat me up later. She is. She's always the dealer's assistant.
Yeah.
She came in here the other night, and she was an alternate, and I was on the microphone announcing alternates, and I said Sherry. And then I told everybody, please move out of the way, because Sherry usually has a little red wagon behind her with her jacket and her pillow and her everything else. And she came over. She gave me a dirty look, but then she wound up buying me lunch that night, and I greatly appreciate it. But we really, this is a fantastic place to be a part of, everybody. And speaking of Sherry, she's going to go all in with 93,000. She's got ace-jack offsuit.
This is a tournament move.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to get blinded out. She's got a decent hand, not a fantastic hand, but kind of you just have to get your best cards and chip in a chair.
Yeah.
Hope in a prayer.
Caitlin now with ace-queen, and she has less than the all-in to call, so it's going to take all her chips, and she does. Caitlin goes all in. Back to Pauline. She folds jack 10. Katie now, who's been on fire, is thinking about this.
You'd almost have to. When you're on a heater, you have to ride your heater.
Yeah. And she's...
no, she let it go.
Oh, yeah,
she's going to get out of the way.
Get out of the way. And we'll see if the hearts come for or not. Even the king, because we've got ace
I get
jack
5
here
left.
against ace queen.
Come on, come here,
Both
Jack,
offsuit.
please.
And now we've got
Jack,
the audio.
Scotty
Let me
said
go
he
in
made
ahead and
money with
hold
20
one
chips left.
time.
Jack, baby.
Don't, Sherry, don't
Jack,
do it to
baby.
me. Don't you do it to me, Sherry.
All right,
Jack.
rainbow
Don't
flop.
you do it to
Rainbow
me,
flop.
Sherry. Don't.
Caitlin's resorted to begging.
Yep.
Jack.
Do not.
Queen
All
is
right.
still holding.
Please
Yep,
don't.
so a jack
Please
and a
do
jack
not.
only
Not
for
one
Sherry to
time.
take this hand, and she
And-
does not.
Nope. Queen
So that is
high.
Sherry's. No, Sherry still has a little bit left. She
Damn.
had
What'd
Caitlin
you call
covered.
Jack? Yeah, it was Jack. Thank you for not saying it.
You gotta keep hope alive.
I almost didn't do that. I shouldn't have done that. Right? You were gonna push. Were you gonna shove?
No. Only 5.
No.
No, I hate that. I'm not shoving unless I have jacks or better. 10s are better, okay? Pocket
Yeah,
10s
that's
are
why I
better.
had 10. That's why I shoved.
Now under the gun. Katie continues to hit hands. She's the chip leader here right now with 480,000. 10,000 to call, and she's going to raise it up to
Gotta
30,000.
raise.
1 fold. 3 fold.
Call.
4 calls.
Caitlin hits another decent ace with ace jack.
Don't look at my stack.
Costs her a lot less.
Don't you even.
What's the looking at your stack? I'm checking out other things.
She's
Oh,
looking out
hey,
your rack,
girl,
baby.
look at
Your
these.
rack.
Stacks and
Look at
racks.
these if they're gonna help me win.
Snacks and
Come
Oh,
on.
fuck. Now you just did it for me. That's all. I'm gonna have to go 30.
Little flop leg there for Sherry,
30,000.
I call.
who's not in the hand.
Yep.
Will you announce snap call, please?
And it is not missed
Will
on
you
her.
please announce snap call?
Snap me. I'm gonna check it.
Wow, they're
I'll
both
check
got
back to
gut shots here. They each need each other's card to hit the straight,
Let's go 30 more.
Check it.
and she's going to bet 30,000 a rag on the
4
I
calls.
got ace.
of a deuce.
I got it.
She calls her, and
Boy.
Oh,
the king plays.
Good boy.
So
nice hand.
You had the man, she
Takes
had
it.
the boy. I had the man.
You know, here, if I were Katie, I would really be playing a lot. I do believe when you're on a heater, you just gotta push it.
Come on now.
Come
Caroline
on.
Gager says, what a customer service voice Eve Peyton has. Caroline.
Another gauger.
Yeah.
Am I blind? Shit.
I don't know how I missed that comment, but we're trying to get caught up with the comments. My Facebook feed wasn't
Good luck,
treating me
Colin.
right earlier, but now it is.
I was gonna give it to Sherry.
And
10 moves all in. 5,000.
Sherry now moves
Sherry
all
is
in.
all
She's
in.
got ace king of spades, but really it's 5,000.
Yep.
And-
She went an all in below the minimum bet.
Yeah. Which she gets whatever 5,000 calls her, and she gets the ante if she takes this hand down. Tara's going to, in the small blind, basically just complete the big blind with 10-9. So we got 2 players here that can
Still action on the side.
still on the side, but it looks like they went check, I think. And so Jamal's going to put that flop out, and there it is, check and check.
Yes, sir.
And that's what Sherry needed.
She got it.
She got it. Unfortunately, she's rolling right into the, and in an all-in, we have to have all cards exposed or rolled over. That's a rule here at the reserve, and basically it's the basic tournament rules.
Very common.
Yeah,
For the little one.
I don't think I've played anywhere where that's not the rule.
right. But one of the conversations we've had in here in the booth on a regular basis is in this situation, you've got the potential for a side pot.
I always try to steal
And
I've been known to do
You
that.
check it down,
Yes. You
or
can
you
have
make
it.
a bet.
It depends on my cards. You know,
Yeah.
that was really that flop didn't hit anything.
I
Yeah.
already contributed.
I'm working on it. I'm greedy. I'm working on the
Of course,
Give it
you
back,
wanna
Katie.
your main focus should be in a tournament taking players out.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you've got the nuts, you gotta bet them, right?
Yeah, that's true.
In some rooms, that is a rule.
Yeah, you'll sit out in orbit if you don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is all in.
Susan now, who we're very familiar with over the years.
Good luck, Sue.
So
Is
she was
now
in a
in.
position where she had to wait for a good hand. She's
Yeah.
sitting very low stacked. This is a good play by Susan to go all in right here.
And Sherry just has 5,000 left to
Sherry
her name.
has to commit.
Yeah.
Have a double down hand.
But the thing is that she's about to be small blind, so
Yeah.
all she's going to be able to win in the next hand
Put them in.
is the 5, and she's talking herself through that right now.
Yep.
I have 5,000.
Although for Sherry, there's really not too much to talk through there.
No.
You're pot committed.
And she has 2 live cards.
She has 2 live cards.
Yeah.
All hearts.
Chip in a chair. You never know what
never
could
know.
happen.
Yep.
And
she hits
hit
a 9.
9.
Oh my goodness! And the clubs are no help to Susan at this point.
Yeah.
Another club would really would help Sherry.
Oh my
Oh my goodness!
And she hit a 2.
2 pair.
And she's at, yep.
Wow.
And a 9.
And another 9. She gets a 4.
Come on.
Well, I have 7 full of 4.
Yep,
now I have
9's full of deuces.
I
High hand.
love it.
Oh, and she's got the high hand for
Yes.
that tournament for the night. Unbelievable. It's got to be at least a couple $100 there. We do a side bet here
Same
at
person.
the reserve. When you walk in, you have the
Same
choice
person,
of a
got it.
$10 high hand or $10 last person standing. And right now, if she's in the high hand, she beat her own high hand. But if that holds up to the end of the night, she'll be taking that pot down.
Sorry.
All right. We've got
Nice hand. Lucky, obviously. What's it going to do with 5,000? Right.
No, that was definitely a lot of fun there. We got Kevin Wall watching, and Brent's back over on this side. And to think she almost folded. Yeah, she did almost fold. She
Yep.
was considering it.
100,000.
And she's got herself chip in a chair, basically, because now
Yeah,
the blinds are at
she's
10,
still-
15, and 10. The blinds have just gone up.
she's still on the ropes.
She's still on the ropes.
10 folds.
Sherry's going to fold that. All in from Caitlin with King 3 of diamonds, and now Kathy.
1 fold.
Wow, pretty disciplined there. 265,000 in her.
Very
And
disciplined.
yeah,
fold.
she did need 85,000 to call. So what, a third of her stack, somewhere around there.
Yep.
So she disciplined fold. She lets that go. Pocket 5s, and Caitlin gives a little woohoo.
Yeah.
Did she change sunglasses again? I know she's got 2 or 3 different pairs
No,
that
I
she
think-
wears.
I think that's at least at this table. Those
All
are
right.
her sunglasses.
I think the
tonight.
last time she was in, she had the sunglasses that were heart-shaped.
Oh, we
Oh,
didn't know.
well, I love those
Yeah.
too. I love
Yeah.
the sunglasses she has on. Looks great.
Oh, yeah. We said that. What else tonight?
Right, right.
4 folds.
And
4 folds. 5 folds.
Well, we don't
Not
have
sure
to
what that
chop it. We
conversation
can-
is about, but
We can find out how much it is.
I know it was for you.
You don't want to do 4? Okay.
7 folds. 9 calls.
so they're discussing the last person standing. So that is the one thing that they can decide to chop here if
So
they want.
Sherry on the button there. I would have gone. I may have gone all in.
Yeah. She did fold, so we've got 7-3, 6-4, and 7-4 going into this $55,000 flop. And they each hit a 4, and I believe there's a gut shot in there someplace. Maybe not.
9 bets 30,000.
2 of them have hit a 4.
1
Katie's
fold.
going to come out and bet,
3 folds.
9, 10.
and the aggression pays off. She's going to take that regardless of the size of the pot. A win is a win.
Yes, it is.
And the button's going to move over to Kathy. Joanne on the small.
All right, we're going to win.
They're not.
Caitlin on the big.
Because we thought there
it was 4. No, negative. It's 3 miles.
So they were discussing a chop of the last person standing. Thought there were only 4 in it, but they're going to get back to that conversation perhaps later. So if you get a chance, go onto the website and take a look at the tournaments that we've got coming up. This is the Scotty Nguyen Poker
folds,
Challenge,
6
our
all in,
spring
10,000.
warm-up series.
Good luck, Sue.
Scotty's been here every day. And,
Oh, we've got an all in.
oh, we got an all-in from
Susan is all in.
from Susan, another all in from Tara.
Oh, yeah.
Now over to Katie, who's been,
95,000.
she's the
We know
chip
she
leader
likes
here.
hands like that too.
Yes, she does.
And she's gonna call.
She insta-calls. Sherry folds the 2-4 spades.
Ooh,
Three
badass.
folds. Four folds.
All right, 3 players, 2 all in, so we're going to see all of the cards here come out on the board. Jamal will get this pot and side pot set up. Been very impressed and I'm enjoying working with Jamal. Very good dealer.
He is setting up the pots very nicely. I love multiple pots, always fun.
Yeah.
Good luck, ladies. I'm gonna get a straight or a
Good luck.
Brings me back to dealing PLO and having
Yeah.
5 pots at a time.
Right. All diamonds here with an ace. Nothing much there for Susan. And Ace King is going to take this down. Nobody had a diamond.
Susan leaves for the night, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Great player, though.
Susan's eliminated. Very patient player. I remember I played with her quite a bit around the town, and I don't find it easy to put her on her hand. She does play a pretty wide range. We're going to pay the rent here a little bit. We've got Danny's Cafe up there. Danny's in Rossford has been an advertiser with us for quite some time now. And Billy Hicks says, hello, Eve.
Hey, Billy. What's up, Dollar Bill?
7 folds. 9
Katie now, 10-3, let that go. Ace 4 of diamonds. Sherry, you got 30,000. Yep.
So it moves all in.
Yep, she's going to move in all in, basically doubling the big blind, 15,000.
Smart move.
And over to Caitlin, not much. Pauline just needs. No, she can't let that. It's 15,000 just to call.
Yeah,
It's
she's
10-5.
pot committed.
Yep.
It's isolated. It's a good call. It's a smart move.
Thank you. I'm a 4, Bernie.
So the ace comes out, but also the 5. King no help to either one of them. And the
Sherry.
ace 4, Sherry's going to stay alive.
Sherry's got another all-in, all-in win.
That 3 for her so far within the last half hour.
I believe so, at least at the final.
On the 5K, here she
Danny's
goes.
Cafe is under new ownership and management. They've got the NFL Sunday Ticket, Lotto, Keno, 10 TVs inside and 2 TVs at our outdoor Main Street patio, plus 4 more out back in our beer garden. Hours are 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, and 5 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. They're in Rossford, right downtown. They have new restrooms, new pool table, jukebox, golden tea, and yes, they have draft beers.
Wow, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah. Joanne now, finally she gets a hand. She's got pocket queens, but unfortunately she's only got down to 20,000.
I was waiting for this from Joanne.
Yeah. So all she can do is put in the 20,000. We've got 3 other people that called that. 4 away and potential side pot. Right now her queens.
Pauline hit a 10.
Pauline did hit a 10.
4 bets, 20,000.
Katie's got a couple of spades. And the bet's only 20,000. She's going to make that call for the side pot. And there's that spade for Katie. She's just running really hot.
Yep.
Yep.
Raise.
Instant raise.
Instant raise.
So 125,000.
The raise that says, go away.
Yes.
Go away. And she does. So now we've got these 2 hands are going to be put up on the board here. Jamal gets it ready. Yep. Joanne's queens, unfortunately, don't have a chance.
Yep, dead.
They're dead. Here comes the ceremonial river. Katie takes that down. And Joanne,
Yeah, I've never had like an 8-2 or 10-6.
you did. And she is not lying. She just had just terrible hands coming to this final table. Great job, though, Joanne.
I do want to know where she got her jacket.
Do we want to?
Yeah.
Joanne's jacket, if you noticed, was embroidered with cards and chips.
Oh, okay.
Great jean jacket.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's one of the reasons I got my daughter in here with me. Those details that obviously I don't see. I probably wouldn't even know that that Sherry is in all orange, and we know that she's doing that for National Disability Awareness. And Sherry's got the Doyle 10-2.
3:30 is the last play. I mean.
And she's the assistant dealer here, so she's helping people understand what's going to happen next.
You guys got her on the payroll, right? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
you just give her a reserve T-shirt every once in a while.
You want to pay somebody.
So they are talking about a bubble. We were paying top 5 here, and quite often here at the reserve, as you find out anywhere, people will pay out of their own pocket a bubble, whoever takes 6th place.
Has nothing to do with the house itself. It's almost like a.
Look at my stack all in.
Oh, we have an all-in from Pauline.
Pauline, whose chip count is almost half of what it was earlier.
I would never play
But
that.
yeah, they say poker is a gentleman's sport. So regardless of man or woman, there is a decorum, and so usually players get together and decide on an amount: $10, $5, $20 a person that they pay out of their pocket for the last person to miss the payout.
So Brent Milton is brokenhearted that his grandma is gone out,
The dealer's part.
and
She played great for the night, though,
she really did.
with the mediocre cards she had.
Oh, it was really
Card deck.
really poor
Wheeling and dealing over
hands
there.
that she saw there in the
Chip in
final
a
table.
chair.
One vote,
She's got the high hand.
I'm like
4
smoke.
votes.
She's got the last man.
Pauline now with queens had just gone in prior, all in prior, and I think basically to get that pressure up and try to take down the blinds.
40,000.
But now with queens, she's getting a little cute, if you call it. Katie, who's got Jack 9 of hearts, really hasn't seen suited cards that she didn't like at this point.
She's on a heater.
Yeah, but Sherry's got to ask herself, is this going to be the best hand she sees for a while?
This is the hill to die on.
Yeah.
No, they're not connected. They are suited. One of them's high. This is a hand I would fold.
Okay, she does. She lets it go. And now we're going to see a flop heads up. We got queens. We got Jack 9 of hearts. Got Pauline, who was feverishly hot earlier, and she does hit the queen.
She hits the queen.
9 checks.
Katie's going to check that. Pauline checks it.
Pauline should not have checked that.
Oh, particularly when another club comes out.
Yep.
And Pauline's not sure, although she does have the queen of clubs. Katie's going to fire at this. She does have a gut shot draw for a straight. She needs a 7. Preferably not the 7 of clubs.
5 moves all in.
And Pauline's going to push all in here.
All in, yep.
This is a decision here for Katie. I wouldn't call it a tough decision unless there were a couple more hearts out there, but she fired and
didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Didn't
I
work
had
out.
a queen 7. I would have been in trouble.
Nice hand.
That was a nice straight draw.
You're probably about to hit that.
So Katie has overpassed Pauline in the chip lead there.
These are the payouts that we're seeing for top 5 places. We're down to 6.
They play all slow.
Joanne, who obviously loves this game, can't walk away. She's just, I think, and plus she's had so much fun with these ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. You become quite invested.
4 moves all in.
Caitlin with 100,000 with the blinds at 10 and 15.
1,000.
Smart
Gonna
move.
go, yeah, under the gun particularly.
Under the gun. She wants to get out of the way of.
Can't play cutes with that.
She can win those.
Oh, and Kathy, just a terrible hand there. But
So she's gonna win those blinds, and it's gonna
Yeah.
see her through the next round of blinds.
Brent Milton, Joanne's grandmother, says, yep, she loves the game. Yes, this is Eve with me. I'm Vic Gager. I got Eve Gager here with me. We're in the booth tonight. We are celebrating women this month and women tonight in the women's tournament. And a woman in the commentating room, my daughter Eve. We are down to 6 players. Started out with 35 entries today. So $125 with $125 re-entry if you got knocked out.
8 balls. 9 raises. 30,000.
So we have Sherry.
Ace-4 offsuit. And
Ace-4 offsuit. She's on the button.
we got a mystery hand with Katie, who has just done a min raise here to 30,000. Back over to Kathy, who folds her suited king deuce. And that aggression pays off because Katie's going to take down the blinds. I'm going to guess that Katie didn't even have an ace. I think the way she's
Who knows?
playing, she's looking down and looking around the field.
Yes.
And then making her decision. You got to play the player.
Got to
right?
play the player, and she's sitting behind the button. It's a very good position.
John Berryman asked about the payouts again. First place $1,435. Second place $960. Third place $590. Fourth place $410, and fifth place $330. I think they did discuss paying the bubble. Yeah, Tammy, Kathy's really gone card. She was playing pretty strong earlier in the feature table, and just hasn't seen much. I think Tara's showed a lot of patience here.
Yeah, she's really, really waiting on a hand.
Yeah. Now Katie with a chip lead here. She's 530,000. Oh, that's an interesting. Kathy had raised, and Katie let that go.
Serious. Yeah, we're on the line.
I was just making sure.
This is another traveling dealer. His name is Eric, and he comes to us from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and was telling me a little bit about being a traveling dealer. Not something I think your mom is ready for me to do, because he goes from here to New York. He had just come here from Florida, and he probably has another circuit tournament to go to after that. But he just loves it. He's having a great time with it. He's at a point in his life where he could do that.
You know, you might be able to convince her to pack up the RV and do Florida to Arizona.
We'll have to figure that out. With a stop in Oklahoma to stay with Scotty Nguyen. Of course, Scotty's got a place in Nevada as Las Vegas as well, and that's where he is once the World Series starts.
You can pull up at Scotty Nguyen's house like Cousin Eddie.
There's an RV. Yep. Hey, Julie, remember me? I'm Vic from Toledo. Pauline now on the small blind. 5,000 just to complete, and she does, and we're going to see a flop here.
She caught that.
She did. 2 pair.
Not what you want to see suited.
No.
That'll slow her down a little bit.
Right, but nothing there for Tara, so
Nothing
Tara's
for
going to
Tara.
let that go, and Pauline's going to take that down.
Now, yeah, this is where Pauline wants to become very aggressive.
Different game now, 6-handed.
Different game.
Different game.
Different game. You have a few players who are really just holding on. And when you get the chance to push them around, you're going to want to.
I'll be small.
Last hand at this blind level?
Just heard Eric announce that this is the last hand at 10, 15, 10, and the next hand will be going up. The blinds will be going up.
Yeah, this is where you're really going to start to see the battle of the titans between Pauline and Katie.
Yeah.
1 folds. 4 folds.
Short-handed, Queen 9 of diamonds. pretty strong hand,
Yep,
and she's
especially
going to
on
bet
the
it.
button.
Yep.
45,000.
And she's gonna treat it properly. And Katie's got no choice with Jack 3 but to get out of the way. Pauline takes the blinds down.
And this is really where even every blind you can take,
Lines are up.
every pot you can win is going to make a difference.
Be sure to stay with us, folks. We appreciate everybody's participation in this. We've got some more things to ask or questions you might have. Of course, with regards to the upcoming tournaments, Scotty's going to be here every day, and go to our website and take a look at that. Looks like you got a misdeal there, Eric. That's okay.
Never look.
Don't look, it only hurts.
Never look.
These cards have a chip in them. Each of the 10 positions there around the table has a rectangle. It's a chip reader. And it's important that as soon as the players get the cards, they put those cards in the box so that we can get a look at them. We get a look at them. 15 minutes, this is a 15-minute delay. Producer doesn't get to see them live. That's the way this works, to make sure that we don't have any collusion of any kind. But they're a little bit different to shuffle and deal. You've got to be extra careful with them.
I think as a dealer that would make me a little nervous.
It does, yeah. Now Caitlin with Ace Jack has gone all in with 100,000. She's been kind of at 100,000 for a while. Tara with a little bit more. It's going to lay down the Ace 7.
Kate's thinking about it.
Yeah, Caitlin just said what I said. She's been stuck at 100 for a while.
100,000 is the bet.
Katie is thinking about it.
She really is probably just thinking, well, that's one last person in this tournament.
Yeah.
All right.
I think she's hoping Sherry is going to go in. She really doesn't have much behind her.
No.
It's not a great hand.
But she did this with,
next hand.
yeah.
It's true.
What was it, 10-4?
10-4. I think she had
earlier?
like 5-3 or something.
What was the full house? I forgot that she
Nines
had.
and 5s.
9s and 5s.
9s and 5s.
Yeah, but now she's got 7-5. She's up again. Or 9s and deuces. It was 9s and deuces. She currently holds the high hand for the tournament with that. She was forced basically more or less to go all in with that.
She have another life.
Yeah.
4.
Oh, she's got a gut shot, but there's the ace.
Oh, that ace.
She can still, but no.
You're proud now, you knocked me out.
I'm not proud. I don't know if I have 20 on me either, Sherry. Will they take it from the thing or what?
I will get the last longer money, and you can loan her. Sherry,
Okay,
here.
I might have.
I'll be right back. Go get the last
So they are going to give Sherry the bubble.
Yeah, Sherry gets the bubble, but 20 bucks a piece.
She
She's
gets
going to
walking.
take that.
ladies.
Good job, Tina.
Good luck, ladies, she says as she heads out. There's our chip count. Katie at 495,000, Pauline 375. And this is our payouts now. We're down to 5 players. We're paying the top 5. First place being $1,435.
All of these women are in the money.
They are in the money, these ladies.
For the
Congratulations, ladies, for making it into the money.
It's going to be $20,000 and $10,000 in.
And the blinds have just gone up.
Big blind
We
up.
gave the good news about the payouts. The bad news is the blinds have gone up.
Congrats on the money, girls.
I know, good job, ladies.
Even though I had 2 buy-ins.
Good job, ladies.
Oh, Caitlin, you cracked me up. She's not rubbing them for luck, everybody. She's got to get them in the box and wiggle them a little bit so that we make sure that we can see them. Pauline now with ace 3, and as you mentioned, now is the time. Start putting the pressure on. And she does. She races to 60,000. That's a 3x bet.
Tara gets out.
I can't see.
The one
Katie.
person she does not want to see in a hand is probably Katie.
Right.
9 calls.
She's going to make the call here. Oh,
1 calls.
Kathy
So,
makes the call.
But
Oh,
each
interesting.
other's cards. What
Yeah, they do.
Pauline, this could work out well for her.
There's the 3.
Although you can't
And
assume
no
you're
diamonds.
in the lead with the 3.
5 is all in.
She's all in.
She's all
She's
in.
all in with her 3.
Wow. And really, you know, it was the right time to do that, given what she didn't know, and that it was that they both had diamonds and no diamonds came out. So now Pauline's going to step into the lead.
Pauline is back.
She's
into
back.
the lead,
Back
and there
into the lead.
is definitely between first, second, and third, and then the other two women sitting at the table. There is quite a chip disparity here. Even really just first and second taking a commanding lead on the table.
And Karen chimes in. She was here earlier. I hope you had a safe drive home, Karen. She had about a hour drive going north, and she says, congrats, ladies. It was a blast today. Karen, I think even I keep commenting about how much fun they have had. We didn't get to see you guys during the entire tournament, but just feels like you really had a lot of fun today. Our first ever ladies tournament here at the Reserve Poker Room, Toledo, Ohio.
9 folds.
More exciting tournaments to come while Scotty wins in town through March 12th.
What do you guys have going on tomorrow?
What do we have tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Here's your 100.
Being that I'm about to be 65, I have to look it up because I don't have it memorized. But tomorrow, March 3rd.
So there's 170.
So this weekend we've got 50.
Who is it? You?
We got, oh, here it is. There's what we've been asking for. March 3rd through 5th. $50,000 mystery bounty. This is a $50,000 guarantee. We have 4 flights leading up to day 2, and we have a double bag bonus of $1,000. This is 40,000 starting stack, $300 buy-in. They're 25-minute levels on day 1. Day 2 is 35-minute levels.
And the
Top
$500
10%.
bounty.
What's
wow.
that? Yeah.
$500 bounty.
On top of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you. Don't forget your 100 here.
and they're collecting there. And Tara now has picked up pocket jacks as well as picked up the payment for. Oh, change from. Oh, that was the. I'm sorry. So that was the last person standing.
4 and 5 fold.
And she pushed.
And everybody got out of the way.
Everybody got out of the way.
Too, just so the camera gets there better.
Yeah, sure.
So we are going to shift around a little bit. So anyway, we got a $300 buy-in, and I got to be back in here tomorrow at 10 a.m. because day 1A is at 11 a.m. and day 1B is at 6 p.m. So we have 2 flights tomorrow, and then repeating that same process on Saturday. 10%, top 10% advance to day 2. Out of those 4 flights, if you double bag, you get a double bag bonus. I believe that's a $1,000 bonus. And $500 plus a day 2 bounty. So this is quite a tournament. Scotty will be here all day tomorrow, all day Saturday, at least for most of the day. He'll be playing as well.
9 calls.
Very exciting. And then the day 2 on Sunday.
Oh, and we've got an all-in.
Got an all-in here.
Caitlin's all-in. Her Jack Ace offsuit there.
Yep, and 115,000. Don't really see anybody making the call here.
No, give them back. Damn it.
She knows where the chips are.
You could suck some out of me, man. No.
I would have lost if I raised that, no. I would have lost.
Tara's our low stack here at 150, and Caitlin's not too far ahead of her. Got a pretty close 2 stacks. Pauline and Katie, 465 and 415. Kathy there in the middle, who's really been very consistent player from what we've seen all day.
I do.
Patient and consistent.
You gotta get some sleep. The baby tired.
Yeah, you need sleep.
Is that baby tired?
2 folds. 4 folds.
So the day 2 restart of that
6 calls.
$50,000 guarantee.
Calls.
That's a prize pool guarantee. Starts at noon.
3 players for the flop.
Again, we're going to be doing 2 tournaments at the same day, but not at the same time. At 5 o'clock then on Sunday is the seniors event. 50 and older.
You could play in the seniors.
Katie hits a piece of the pot. That's all she needs, a
Yep.
piece of the pot, and she's putting a bet out there.
6 volts.
She's really playing very well.
She certainly is.
Yeah.
Show it.
Caitlin begs her to show something. Anything.
Hey, Katie, smart and denies.
Big plan, extra 10 out there.
No, tomorrow is not my birthday. My birthday is on what is it? March 14th. So soon as I spend a day resting up after this 2 weeks of working almost every day here at the reserve, but having a lot of fun, then I'll have my birthday to celebrate. I believe I'm talking to Jim and Marissa about playing that Tuesday night, the 14th, in the live feed, the live stream, cash game. Now, Caitlin, pocket jacks under the gun. She's got 175,000 in front of her. She doesn't necessarily have to put it all in, but she's going to race. She's not going to go all in.
50,000.
She's got some playing chips now. She's got some breathing room. And under the gun, she can make a raise right into Pauline's pocket kings.
Ooh.
6 re-raises.
And then
So she, Caitlin raises to 50,000.
That would be me.
Oh, okay. We've got a correction here where Caitlin has queens.
Queens. It was read wrong by the card readers.
Yeah.
We have kings,
Kings and queens. Holy cow,
on the
everybody.
board.
This is huge.
90K now to call with Kathy all in.
Yeah.
And I have, I have to
I'd say
assume.
good luck all in, but I don't know which one to wish luck for.
It needs to be me. Hello. Wish it to me.
Technically, for you, you want the short stacks to get out. I know. Technically, I'm just like, do
Yeah,
it
so
all.
you guys are wishing for me to bust out right here.
No. Good luck.
Yep, just so for again anybody watching,
It's this
it is
one we
No,
kings,
either way, one
kings
of them
and
goes, though,
queens.
so-
Caitlin is sitting on queens.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be 2 to go.
All in.
No matter what.
No.
Pauline, of course, is going to call.
Yeah, Pauline's got them both covered. We are going to have a side pot here.
I mean,
And so
We need to know what your
someone else
cards
wins.
are. They're
These
not
two can
registered.
have a side bet. right?
Caitlin needs a queen here. She does have queens. She does need.
She's all in.
I'm all in.
So she's got to pull her.
175 from her.
And Eric is straightening out the pot and the side
And
pot
now
here.
those 2 are the side.
Always let the dealer do their job.
Absolutely. Well said, Eve.
We're good?
Yeah, the main's good. Just
How much is that? 75?
I didn't realize you had her covered.
Oh, good luck, girls. Shit.
Okay.
So we all flip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm drawing
Shit!
Oh,
Oh my god, I need a queen!
Well, you're not drawing dead.
Yeah, we're drawing this.
Oh!
Not really. You could get all spades. on that
Please,
board.
one time, dealer. Queen.
You could hit a flush.
One
You
time.
could hit,
Come on, angels.
You could hit flushes.
Queen, 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 queen.
All right.
Queen, queen, queen.
Rainbow low flop. It is
Yeah.
not looking good for
No.
Caitlin, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I
They
think I
chop
pulled
mine.
this.
What a hand. And
Chop all of it.
You can't.
Caitlin will
I
take
better like
down
it's
fifth
your
place.
ace king or so,
That
but-
sucks.
but
She
wow,
is in
that's
the money.
crazy.
She is in the money, $330.
Oh.
I think we heard her say she fired 2 bullets at this today. It's $125 a piece. But she did a great job, and she's always so much fun to have around.
Yes. And she was low stacked for quite some time. So
She was.
making it into the money from
Yeah, your heart
really some tough play there.
And she's being referred to as a lookalike of Melissa McCarthy. I guess I could see that. Same energy.
She is very charismatic,
Very charismatic. Great energy.
very friendly, very nice.
Great Melissa McCarthy-like energy.
I'm the weasel.
Good luck, ladies. Thank you.
Good night.
Ryan's watching. Rhino.
We'll try not to.
Eve and I were just talking about you today, Rhino.
Yep, out at lunch.
Yeah, 'cause I want to
Karen chimes in about Caitlin being, she's so much fun. Good job, Caitlin.
Yeah, really great job, Caitlin. She did a really well job of playing low stack for a while.
Yeah, and there is the payouts for the next position. Fourth place is going to take 410. We're down to 4 players. We started this today at 5 o'clock.
Tara calls in her position. I would have
Time
gone to push. I would have gone all in.
Yeah. We got a mystery hand from Kathy. Don't always
3 players to the bottom.
get them quite in the box. Wow. Ace, king, king here. Kathy's first act, and she's going to check it.
And Tara hit a diamond there as well.
6 bets. 35,000.
35,000 is the bet. Tara's got a gut shot. Backdoor flush draw. She's down to 115,000. 35,000 to call. She did just limp in. Pot's at 105,000 with that bet.
Kathy still riding
Kathy,
dark.
yep, but she's going to lay that
She
down.
laid it down.
And Pauline adds to her stack. I can see Katie looking over at that stack, knowing that they're both pretty close to each other in chips. Rhino says, couldn't find a better topic. How's everybody doing? We're doing great, Rhino.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Actually, we were talking about some of the great cash games that we've had here in the live stream. We've got some more tournaments coming up, some more action coming your way for the live stream, as well as Monday night. We've got a live stream cash game being put together that's going to feature Scotty Nguyen and some other players being pulled into that game. Our regular, if you will, schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays live streaming cash games here. Rhino is usually a big part of that.
9 folds. 2 folds.
Got close to 100 people watching us tonight between the 2 streams, and we're very grateful for that. We ask that you continue to subscribe if you haven't already. Pauline now on the big blind is going to raise. And that aggression is going to pay off, and she's going to take that down. We're down to 4-handed here, this final table of the women's tournament. We'll see if we can get an update for you soon on what's going on in the PLO tournament. That tournament had 74 entries, and we're paying top 10 for that. My guess is that we're pretty close to a final table on that. First prize over there is going to be $2,330. And we're down to 3 players, I'm being told. So we are down to 3 players in that PLO. Third place taking $1,225. Second place $1,570. And first prize tonight over there is $2,330. Another milestone here for the Reserve Poker Club, where we did 2 tournaments at the same time, starting both at 5 o'clock. Kathy now with King Jack under the gun. She's going to call the 20,000. Blinds are at 10, 20, and 10.
9 calls. That's up to the flop.
And going back to the topic of Vic's birthday, Tuesday the 14th, probably will be getting a cake and something fun here at the Reserve for his birthday. On his wife and his daughters. So if you'd like to come down to the Reserve on the 14th and wish Vic a happy birthday.
More to follow for that. Focused right now on, so here's the big blinds that these ladies have left given their chip stack. Pauline's in the lead. She got 30 blinds. Kathy 19. Katie has dropped a little bit. Now she's down to 19, and Tara just has 3 big blinds left with 75,000. And we are going to stay here until the end, until we crown a champion to this ladies tournament. the button. Tara's just going to call here with the Jack-10. She is the short stack.
9 calls. 2 checks.
Probably wants to see if she can get. Ryan said, "Where did you go for lunch?" Well, that's a good question. We went to the Chicago Post Cafe and had Chicago dogs.
Yep.
So now King 7-9. We've got 2 spades out there, and both Katie and Kathy hit a 7 here. They both have Queen 7 offsuit. Tara is got a double belly gut shot here. Queen or an 8 gets her a straight. And she is going to go all in and see if she can hit one of those 4 cards or one of those 8 cards.
9 calls.
Although 2 of those queens are already gone.
Yep.
Yep.
And if I were Kate there, I probably would have raised.
3 players in the hand, 1 is all in.
And the 10 comes.
10 comes.
And Tara right now will take this down.
Yep.
She will hit her gut shot on the bottom there.
Which is huge in four-handed.
Yeah.
Hitting this all in was huge.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. She doesn't hit her. She hits her pair. She hits a bigger pair. Excuse me. It's getting late, folks. I am about to be 65 years old, getting close to my bedtime, so I'm sorry if I miss these things once in a while. I did miss a straight on the board earlier. That's on me.
As I remember back playing poker, very long time ago. It's a school night.
Yeah.
It's a school night. I remember hearing that in between the breaks.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Back on Gay Street.
Yeah.
15, 30.
Yeah. And so I said that so often that finally somebody asked me, "Are you a teacher?"
Yeah. Nope.
It's like, no,
My
just trying to
underage
get,
daughter.
because we had to corral everybody in to that little hall on Gay Street. There were circular tables. It was past the deal.
Yep.
We could get exactly 60 people in there
Yep,
every
packed
Monday
in.
night. Josh Summers, Steve Lang, they were running things. And it was a lot of fun. But the break would be over, and Josh would say, "Can you help me get them in here?" And I'd say, "Come on, let's go. It's a school night."
Well, and part of that was because I had to build up my stack.
Yes, right.
And
right.
I had until, what was it, the second or third break where you couldn't buy in again. So I had to last that long so I could build my stack up as high as I could to sell it.
Sell your seat.
Because it was a school night for me.
Because Mom was on her way to pick you up.
Yep.
Take you home at a certain time. And if you had a stack, then you could sell it. And Moose was here earlier reminiscing about buying your, hanging over your shoulder. Bartering.
Yep.
How much do you want, Eve? I'll give you 60. And you'd say, no, I'll take 80.
Yep.
Mark James chimes in, says, "Let's go, Tara." Jay Snizzle, hi from Canada, asks, "Where is the poker room located?" We are at 5105 Glendale Avenue, near the corner of Glendale and Reynolds in Toledo, Ohio. We've been here since April of 21. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary. And we started live streaming in September. We continue to have a regular schedule outside of this spring warm-up series of Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights cash game live streams. So, Jay, if you're interested in that, we've actually had people coming in from Canada to play. We got people coming from all over. Oh, Tara. I keep saying Tara.
Our apologies.
Tara. Kind of calling Andrea.
My name is Eve. I do get called Ev or Eva quite often.
Okay. And then, God forbid, anybody should say Carolyn.
Yep.
Instead of Caroline. Don't know if Caroline's still watching. Kathy's going to go in all in under the gun.
6 folds.
Tara's going to fold that. Katie's going to get out of the way, I would think. Yep, she does. With the 7-5. And she says on a roll. And really, this is the time when you got to try to build that, start that roll going, right? You got to get that big snowball rolling in the snow to try to build it up.
Big one,
Sometimes it means you got to push it.
Yep, absolutely.
It's not going to roll on his own.
Got to start your own momentum.
Leslie Morris says, go Kathy. Yeah, Jay from Canada, got any questions? Just look us up on the reservepokerclub.com or reservepoker.com, and we've got our schedule on there, particularly during this spring warm-up. Scotty Nguyen Poker Challenge Series. It's 2 weeks long. We're going to be going to the 12th with a number of great tournaments coming up. Tomorrow starts our $50,000 prize pool guarantee, and we've got Katie's got King 4 in the small blind against Queen 2. Katie's going to bet out, and that's going to be an instant fold from Kathy. With nothing, Katie is putting the pressure on. She's playing really well, really strong poker here, and it's showing in her chip stack. Pauline right now, 553,000. Kathy with 433, and Katie with 310. Tara continues to hang in there. She was well below 100,000 earlier, and now she's at 175. She was at 3 big blinds, and 5. Now she's at 5 big. But in this case, it makes a big difference.
It really does.
The longer you can hang on,
yeah,
the better chances you're going to double up or maybe even triple up. Caroline says, "Of course I'm still watching. I had to finish my sleeve of Ritz while being grateful that I am not playing against Pauline tonight."
Yeah. Really, I mean, Pauline and all the women at the table are doing a phenomenal job, but Pauline and Katie are really playing some great poker. Pauline is really making some great conservative choices.
Now what Pauline gathered was
Right
dead
there.
money. Yeah,
Yep.
she gathered as dead money because there was a raise, a call, and then she decides to go all in.
Yep.
Very good play, Pauline.
Very excellent.
Yep. Yeah, Doc, you make a good point. He says, put all the winners into a tourney that happened this week, these 2 weeks, into like a big winners tournament. That would be fun. Jay, first place for this event is $1,435. It was a $125 buy-in with unlimited rebuys through the first 8 rounds.
35 players here tonight.
35 entries.
6 folds, 8 checks. Heads up to the flop.
Got a battle of the big blind and the button.
8 check.
8 checks. 2 bets 30.
So Kathy, playing position, going to come out here with a bet. Didn't really hit anything. Tara's going to lay that down. Button's going to move now over to Pauline. We're 4-handed. Got a dealer change coming in. Brian is coming in to be our be at the helm here. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to stick with this until we crown a winner. This is our first ever ladies tournament here at the Reserve Poker Room. We're at Glendale and Reynolds. We're in Toledo, Ohio. Great old US of A, and we love having these live streams, presenting these to people. We also love our subscribers, and if you're watching tonight, particularly if you're a YouTube watcher, please go on and subscribe. We are well over 1,000 now in subscribers, and want to continue to build that and continue to provide you with some entertainment here.
Every like and subscribe helps.
2 seat first. Folds. Was it 6?
interesting small blind fold.
Yeah.
Folds.
Or no, she was on the button, excuse me.
Free money, take it.
Oh, very good.
All right, take a walk. And she gets a walk.
No problem taking that one down.
Yep, Katie knows every chip helps. So we do really have quite the big space between
Yeah.
Pauline sitting in the chip leader at almost 600, and we have fourth place at just about 100,000. So
Action on 6.
Under the gun, suited king. Pauline not knowing what she's betting into.
Tara has pocket jacks.
Fold.
She does go all in. She has to go all in this position.
Yeah, 115,000. Only 65,000 for Pauline to call, and she's going to
Pot
make
committed.
the call. Yeah.
Gotta, either you want to or not, you're gonna make that call.
Yeah. So we got jacks here against suited king. King 4 of hearts.
Gotcha.
Brian takes the time to set everything nice and neat for us. All in right side up. And an ace comes.
5.
Jack and jack only is what she needs here. Oh boy. So that's it for Tara. Tara's going to take fourth place here.
Tara,
And
I mean, she went out on a great hand. You couldn't have played that any other way.
Right, right.
Pauline grows stronger.
So now we're down to our final three. Tara just took down $410 for fourth place.
And now Pauline is sitting at over 700,000 chips.
She just came back.
Got pretty quiet without Caitlin in there.
Yeah. Caitlin and Sherry.
And Sherry.
It's a little quieter.
It is a little quieter. But my experience of being in the booth here for these live streams, particularly in tournaments, is that when you get down to 2 or 3 handed, it does get pretty quiet.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, people are pretty focused. And Kathy now has flopped 2 kings. She's hoping Pauline bets into her, and she does. Kathy's going to play this pretty cool here.
Gonna be a raise, 120.
So she put out chips that accounted to at least 50%
Minimum raise.
minimum raise, and so it's going to be a min raise from Pauline's 60,000. Now the bet is 120,000. I wonder if Pauline's going to pick up on something here. If she picks up that it's weak, that could be to Pauline's disadvantage.
Yeah.
And she doesn't. She realizes she better get out of the way of those two clubs and those 2 kings.
She knew she was being baited.
I'm going in there because I was blind. Wouldn't have been on my hand. Well, it could have been, maybe at the end, but I didn't want you to catch bus.
Choose first.
Kathy now on the button with king 7. Small blind for Pauline. Strong hand short-handed here. She's going to make a pretty sizable raise. Oh, she went all in. Okay, and Katie quickly folds.
Folds, yep. She picks up the blind.
Oh, she's hard when she's on here.
Which again is such, she really is now in a heavy lead, commanding lead. She has over 200,000 ahead of Kathy, and Katie is now behind almost 500,000 from the lead.
This is a dumb one, that was 9-10.
I had a flopper hand, I had 10 million.
So Pauline from the buttons got king, thing, or 3 of clubs. She's going to
Calls.
smooth call.
Katie 9-7.
Katie's going to complete. And now Kathy with ace-5 offsuit is going to check her big blind. Got a $105,000 pot right now. And that really hits Kathy pretty well. Although Pauline does have 2 clubs.
Yep, she got a piece of that.
That's 150.
Kathy's got a gut shot.
Yep, she's got a 5 and a gut shot, and she's gonna bet out.
Run
And
around
Pauline's
clubs.
gonna keep the pressure on. Katie's gonna get out of the way real quickly. Kathy's asking for a count, and she makes the call.
She makes the call.
Wow, she is ahead right now with. Oh no, Pauline is just a percentage or so ahead with her club draw, and she also is open-ended with the 3.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, this huge pot here, and there's the
Pauline
king.
hit a king. What is on the river?
Oh, and a club for Pauline to cement that.
Kathy.
And Kathy is going to be eliminated now in 3rd place. She's going to collect $590. Brian is confirming the chip counts here between the 2 of them to make sure. And that is going to take all of Kathy's chips.
But you know,
Got
again,
it covered. Yep.
Kathy at no point was in a chip lead or chip commander. Taking 3rd in this tournament.
Yeah.
Very competitive final table.
Yeah, very well done.
Very well done.
Yeah. And so now we'll go heads up, and Kathy will take home $590 for her efforts. Back to Tiffin.
Yep.
We had some Tiffin cheerleaders there earlier. Jay Snizzle says, good bet, Pauline. Got to stay aggressive. You're right.
Yep. And really, if nobody's ever played in a heads up, it is a completely different game.
Yeah.
Playing a final table is different. Playing shorthanded is different. And playing heads up is so different from the rest of your play. A lot of, poker books will tell you, in heads up, never do you check.
Oh, wait.
So the Wizard of Oz, Jim is giving Brian some instructions. So at this point, Eve, typically we try to get the 2 players positioned so that optimum camera angle as well as ergonomically for the dealer.
Yeah.
We want this to go smoothly. So they're keeping them in their current positions.
Always act first when we're heads up.
And as Brian points out, the dealer button is always the small blind in heads up action and acts first after the cards are dealt. And now Pauline will be first to act after this flop. She does hit an 8, but Katie hits a queen here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're heads up action. Pauline just with 1.2 million, considerable chip lead.
Yeah.
Over Katie at this point. But Katie's going to take that pot down.
I think if you're Katie, are you going to try and make some big swings, or are you going to try and chip away?
I don't think Katie has much of a choice here. I think, although she does want to pick her spots here. Hey, Dave Huff is watching. I haven't seen Dave in a while. Hope you're doing well, Dave. Pauline now, monster hand on the button there with ace, king of clubs, monster chip lead.
If I'm
She's
Pauline,
going to raise that up, and Katie's going to quickly fold that. Now, regardless of the cards, let's see if Pauline continues to keep that pressure up.
Yeah.
42 big blinds against 6 big blinds.
Yeah. I think as long as you have anything with a face, anything suited, I'm just going to be going all in.
Yeah. Again, there's the payout now for this heads-up action. $1,435 for first place, second place $960.
Really an impressive payout for the first women's tournament here.
Very impressive. Yeah.
6 ones all in.
I didn't even look at my
cards.
I don't care.
Pauline didn't even look at her cards.
Pauline!
Yeah.
Oh.
Gonna get one more out, ladies.
Were you?
You would.
That was on me. All in.
Six moves all in.
And we have Pauline all in, ace
You
3.
didn't look at your card?
I just don't.
You know what? Then let's roll. I'm not, I'll call you.
Oh, Katie has announced the call.
It's getting late.
I'm
I'll
gonna
do
get the
it.
top right, ladies. Here looks like one.
And neither one of them looked.
looked. This is a blind.
They don't know what they're looking at
All
here.
in.
All in blind, both of them. Katie with the king 5. Pauline 3-1 favorite here with the ace 3 of clubs.
Oh my god.
If Katie hits this, it's going to give her a little bit of breathing room. She'll double up here, but Pauline just has such a commanding lead in chips. Brian, excellent job, buddy. Getting that all straightened out for us. Thank you.
Table looks great.
It looks great.
You see the
I mean,
reserve chip there too? He put
yep.
that out.
So fantastic. Yep. Ace 3, clubs.
Clubs and a king.
Kaboom.
Oh.
Kaboom.
Nice shot.
And there it is for
There's
Pauline.
the clubs.
Wow, Pauline, great job to be
Pauline.
our first women's champion here at the Reserve Poker Club.
Fantastic play for the night.
Yeah,
that was good.
I mean,
no, you made it come. You
This
made it
she
come
didn't
up.
back into this first place.
No.
She went
No.
head first into it.
She came,
Yep.
sat down at the table, the chip leader.
Just a great job, and we're very happy about today's event. So glad that we could be in the booth together to call this action. We're so happy to have had this opportunity. My daughter Eve, I'm Vic. I think most of you out there are familiar with both of us, and there's the fist bump from Jim. It's just been a great tournament. Eve, thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I was so honored to come and do this and be invited by the Reserve, and yeah, I get to call the women's tournament with my dad.
Great.
Yeah, I've been playing, thanks to my dad, been playing poker in the city for just over 20 years now.
Yeah.
Made a career out of it too. Some
Yes.
people thought my dad was crazy for bringing me around poker and pool halls so young. But it's paid my bills my entire adult life.
Yeah.
So.
Well, anyway, so thank you very much. Here, I believe our next live stream is going to be on Sunday. With regards to the, I don't know. All right, we're going to do a Saturday night, day 1 live stream. So, and watch, as always, watch our web page and watch our Facebook page for continuing updates. I love that smile, Eve, and I'm very happy that we had this time together, and even happier that it was just such a great event for us to be together and participate in this.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
definitely. I thank the Reserve so much for having me out. It was so much fun. And what great play tonight, too.
Yeah.
What great poker to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was. So thank you very much. Love you very much.
Love you, too.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. See you soon.